Lions rout the Ravens, even though the score doesn't reflect a routing. This was a routing. The Lions dominated the Ravens. The Ravens looked suspect on many levels, and there was a garbage touchdown at the end that a lot of people benefited from. Congrats to the Lamar and Andrews owners who got that garbage touchdown there. And Lamar finished with strong numbers, 288 and 3 TDs, but from a operational perspective, Derrick Henry fumbling again. Remember, we called it on the 8 p.m. show. I said I have a 4.5 times multiplier on a Derrick Henry fumble, which ended up occurring here. Henry fumbling the ball away again, a fumble in each game. This is becoming a problem. He was distraught on the sidelines. Lamar was distraught on the sidelines. This is not a well-gelled team right now, but they were. Remember week one? Oh, this is the Super Bowl contender. Things flip really quickly in the NFL. Things change really quickly. And there's a lot of fantasy scoring. Monty, 12 carries for 151 and 2 touchdowns, 1 catch for 13 yards. But is he a sell high? He's certainly a hold. No one's saying you don't hold Monty versus sell Monty, like cheap or just think this is a mirage of sorts. But 12 carries, hard to expect him to continue to do that kind of damage on a weekly basis when you're getting 12, 13 carries. But he's certainly somebody you hold versus sell low. But is Monty somebody you try and sell high? Yes, we'll talk about that and more. Gibbs having a nice day. We'll break it all down. Other news, super chats, phone calls, and also the three highest super chatters tonight. The 3 highest super chatters tonight. We'll get into the draft tomorrow night. It's called the Wild Wild West Draft. We'll be talking about it here shortly. It's going to be a Superflex official draft of the show, the official Superflex league of the show. And each year we'll draft a couple weeks into the season so we can see what's going on and see what's in store, what might be changed in our minds. We get to draft knowing all the information we know now. We'll probably do it in week 2 or 3 next year. We're doing it a little late this year into week 4. But the top 3 super chatters will get spots in that draft. And that draft, you have to be ready for it. It drafts tomorrow night at midnight Eastern on the graveyard, on the midnight Eastern graveyard show. So tomorrow night graveyard, we will draft in that league. The Fantasy Football Show recap show of the Lions routing the Ravens regardless of the score. That show begins right now.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
Live whenever news breaks, live after games. I'm live at midnight almost every single night. I'm live at 8 p.m. Eastern every single Monday through Friday, minus maybe 1 or 2 days out of the year. Christmas or something, but then we do a graveyard show. So we're sitting here, we're looking at Derrick Henry with a 12 totes for 50 yards. They're just not using him enough. 1 touchdown that he fumbled the ball. Key fumble that cost the game. This is twice that Henry's cost the game. Mark Andrews, 6 for 91 and 2 touchdowns. Rashad Bateman, 63 and a touchdown. Andrews was the huge, receiving winner on the Ravens side of the football. Lamar Jackson ran the ball 7 times for 35 yards. But again, he had that 288 and 3 tutties, one of which was a garbage score to Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews probably made some people lose some weeks just by that the flow of that game. It's crazy. Jared Goff looking efficient enough. I mean, 20 for 28, 202 and 1. And then you have Gibbs, 22 totes. Not good yards per carry at 3.0 a pop, but Gibbs had tough sledding, and he was doing his best. He was wiggling through, collapsing O-line and getting converged on before the line of scrimmage. Yards after contact was not good in this game. Very telling that it wasn't Gibbs' fault, but Gibbs was doing his very best to get 2-3 yards off of what would probably be a minus 1 or 2 yard run for a lot of other running backs. So 2 touchdowns on the ground for Gibbs, 2 touchdowns for David Montgomery, who got some beautiful play calls, by the way. Gibbs would have easily done what Monty did, but I'm not here to tear down Monty at all. Monty is very, very good. Monty's a great running back 2-3. I wouldn't call him a great 2. I'd call him a great 2-3. A flex player is what he's best to serve as. And if you're in here saying, no, Monty's the best ever, look, Monty got 12 carries. Monty got a touchdown and 50 yards last week, and then like 30 or 40 yards, no touchdowns the week prior. They're giving Monty 12 to 13 carries if you're lucky, and that's not sustainable at this expectation, or even half or even a third of this expectation level. So there's a chance to trade Monty on the high to get something like Judkins. I would trade Monty for Judkins straight across in a millisecond. I would trade Monty right now for Garrett Wilson. I'd trade Monty right now for a wide receiver of that caliber. It doesn't mean I don't hold Monty and have him no matter, I'm not getting rid of him just no matter what. I'm not getting rid of him for nothing. But you can't look at a 12 carry game when that's what he gets and say, oh, this is sustainable on even half of this level. But what a day for Monty. If you had Monty in your lineup, congrats. Monty's a solid flex play every time he touches the ball, because he could punch in a touchdown. That's what Monty, the kind of value Monty comes into the game with. Amon-Ra, 7 for 77 and a touch. Can't complain about that. Jameson Williams was just not targeted enough. 2 for 43. Tesla, no catches, no targets. Or maybe he had a target. Sorry, that's why he's showing up here. 2 targets, no catches. Sorry. That was disappointing for Tesla. Dan Campbell, they got the wheelbarrow out to wheelbarrow his onions, as they call it, the great onions, into the locker room, because the man has the biggest onions in the state. And so they got the wheelbarrow out. They're barreling them to the press conference right now so we can speak to the media. But this man on 4th and 1 or 2, he has Goff drop back and throw a missile, or a moon ball. Sorry, more of a moon ball to Amon-Ra St. Brown, who catches it. Then there's a penalty. This thing was, you make 20 yards when you need 2. This team made 20 yards downfield when they needed 2. And Campbell says, put the onions in the wheelbarrow so I can get to the press conference. And off he wheels those onions because they're grand. And honestly, these things, you put your reputation on the line, you put your season on the line, you put the criticisms and all that are going to come with that call if he doesn't execute upon that play. That's crazy, man. Lions go out and rout the Baltimore Ravens, who now look sketchy right now. These records are not correct because I screenshotted this before the game actually closed, because your boy is here, before that game even really ticks down. We go live. Let me see if I can grab the new banner and throw it up on screen here. That way we can have the records and everything accurate as can be. Let's go ahead and drop that in. Appreciate everybody here. We'll be going over all the super chats. And again, the top 2 super chats of the night. We got 700 of you YouTubers in here. The top 2 super chats, top 3 super chatters of the night. We'll get into the live draft extravaganza tomorrow night, where we draft in a super flex draft where weeks 1, 2, and 3 don't count for anything. We're drafting for week 4 on. That means no points from weeks. Let me repeat that. So anybody else if somebody asks this, you can tell them in the chat. We're not counting weeks 1, 2, and 3. They have no relation to this league. We're starting the league in week 4. Every year we'll start at some point weeks 2, 3, or 4. Probably try and do it after week 1, I think, next year. But this draft, because we're getting a late start, we will draft for week 4 through 17. That means weeks 1, 2, and 3 will not matter. And we will be doing it super flex style. The top 3 super chatters of the evening will get into said draft. There may be an entry fee. We'll talk about that in the group league message board. And if you don't want to partake in the entry fee, you don't have to. And then you just can't win it if you're go to the next highest finisher that did end up paying the entry fee. But we will be drafting tomorrow night at midnight Eastern. Make sure you are available if you're super chatting to win that. Lots to go over. What do we do moving forward with Derrick Henry? I think he's a good buy low, but there is concern. There is risk. Again, this guy's been through the ringer, and they're not necessarily running him enough either. And if they did, would he get injured? We don't know. Is he still a good buy low? Sure. You got Genti, can't do anything with him. You want to trade for Henry? Do it. You got Lamb, can't get rid of Lamb. Maybe Lamb and a running back like Scattaboo can get you a Derrick Henry. Who knows? You can try. And for people that say no one's doing that, believe me when I tell you, I see every combination of trades you can think of that make you go, how did that happen? How did you pull that one off? I see them all day long. I promise you, you'll never get a trade you don't try for. That I can promise you. Trading Monty right now for Henry, do not put it past the Henry owner in your league, because if that person is having a bad day at the office and they drop their entire stack of TPS reports in the elevator, they go flying all over, spills a big gulp right over the top of it. And the guy that spills the big gulp laughs and walks out. This guy's cleaning up all these papers. He gets a text message that says, you've got a trade offer, Monty for his Henry. He's mad at Henry. Monty scored 2 touchdowns. He hits accept. I promise you I see it. I see it all the time. So there are ways to get out of Lamb. There are ways to get out of Genty. There are ways to get out of players that aren't playing well. There are ways to get out of MHJ. You want to get out of MHJ? I'll give you a name right here, and you can also get another player included, Flowers. He's not a great play right now, probably to some people, even though he has 2 good weeks, 2 amazing weeks and 1 bad week. But you want to get out of MHJ, who hasn't done much at all, period, then Zay Flowers. Like, there are ways to get out of these players. And you're probably stepping into another sketchy play, but you're stepping laterally into a better, in your opinion, sketchy play. One of more likely rebound material. As you can see right here in this graphic that I have up above, in this game and matchup above, you have the Detroit Lions. The record still didn't update. Okay, you think that they would? Let me see if they did now. Let me see if I can refresh and grab another screenshot. God, I got to grab a 3rd screenshot now. Jeez, man. Okay, here we go. Let me put this last one up so that all the information on the banner is accurate. That's the downside of going live right away. Going live as soon as the whistle's ticking down. I mean, I have the actual, live stream queued up and ready to rumble beforehand, and everybody's chatting in here right before. Okay, so Lions 2-1. Ravens are 1-2. Lose this game to the Detroit Lions. The Ravens looking suspect in many ways, but they're still a good team. I mean, let's not get overly carried away here and start saying, like, I see somebody saying Lamar's trash. Lamar's not trash. Lamar had a questionable game. Lamar also scored 3 touchdowns. So from a fantasy football perspective, Lamar's not trash. I can tell you that right now. But this is a team that does not know how to win and execute in the playoffs, at least when it counts the most. And so what we saw tonight was a team that is more likely to drop the ball in the playoffs than to execute. But that could change too, because guess what? In week 1, for everybody's golden Super Bowl pick, I'm sick. 1-2, lost this week because I didn't play Buka. Henry stinks. Chase Brown stinks. Dropping Vikings D. May, Chase Brown, Henry, Puka, Buka, Terry, Kraft, Fannin. I mean, look, Chuba, lost Connor, don't have Benson, help. Well, Curry, I'm not trying to pour salt in the wound, but when we're sitting here talking about Benson being, and this board was for 2 weeks straight, 2.5 weeks straight probably, of being one of the best pickups of the year, you should have been grabbing Benson. Maybe somebody drafted him. But how do we fix this team? First of all, you never sit Buka, ever. I mean, I told you that all week too, Curry. And second of all, appreciate your $20 hauler.
Alert. Super chat alert.
You know, I'm not going to curb my advice based on the dollar amount. That's why I think you super chatted. You know I'm going to give it to you straight. But you know now never to sit Ibuka. I think your team's got a lot of upside and talent. We'll see how Scary Terry's doing. I don't think you can get rid of Henry at the value you'll want to get rid of him at. Would I trade Chase Brown right now for Judkins and something, or Benson and something? I probably would. Would I hold Chase Brown versus trading him for pennies on the dollar or some scrub running back that maybe had a nice game? I'm not trading Chase Brown for scrubs. I'm not running away from Chase Brown. So far, Jared wants in the draft. Jared is currently the leading super chat Chatter in prime position to grab one of the 3 spots. Jared, I'll close this out at a certain point, and then I'm going to need you to stay on the live stream. Jared, email me right now. Go to thefantasyfootballshow.com. Email me a number between 1 and 1,000. Pick something pretty unique, and then once you've emailed me that number, then come into the live stream and tell me what the number is so that I have you locked in. Okay, that way I at least know that it's you and you don't leave the live stream and I can't get a hold of you to send you the link. So as for this Team Curry, I probably would say, and thank you for the $100 hauler, by the way.
$100+ hauler. Smitty, Smitty. Everybody's pretty. $100+ hauler.
Thank you for the super chat, pal. And congratulations on being one of the top 3 spots guaranteed, at least right now. At least right now you're guaranteed. As far as this team goes, bro, Henry, Chase Brown, Drake May, Puka, Buka, Perry, Kraft, I think you're in pretty solid position. Chuba's fantastic, by the way. You could trade Chase Brown and Kraft. I don't know if Kraft has any more value. Go to the Walker owner, Sharps and Chase Brown for something. You could go to the you could trade Chase Brown and Scary Terry for a Nico. Chase Brown and Scary Terry for St. Brown, who did good, but he didn't go crazy. So maybe someone that owns Chase Brown in your league definitely needs some sort of change. Chuba, you could hold Chase Brown and trade Chuba and Scary Terry. You could even trade, you could bank on Fannin, and you could trade Scary Terry, Kraft, and Chuba for one player. That's probably what I'm doing, Curry. I think your team, you're freaking out a little bit too much on this. Your team looks really, really good for the most part, and you got a lot of firepower. Who dat Lolo with a $20 hauler?
Super chat alert.
This is my boy right here. This is my boy. Sup, Smitty? Need help? I have Jaden Daniels, BTJ, Buka, Genty, Scattaboo, Henderson, Fannin, Benches, Tootin, Addison, Rice. Love to see it. Can't believe I'm asking this, but should I trade Genty for Judkins? I can't believe I'm saying it.
You've just been Smitty approved.
I do. I do, and you'll see a video tonight. Trading Lamb, trading certain players of that nature in the video that I'm recording tonight for tomorrow. We're going and getting Judkins over Genty right now. It is what it is. It is what it is. Do I think that Genty could rebound? Absolutely. Do I think that Genty could be a top 10 running back very soon? Yes, but can you wait? Judkins is in prime position. More importantly, the team loves him. And being, not guilty, you could say, by the situation at least, deeming this. He is now fully in pole position, and the team loves him. He's hungry, and you could even say he's coming back into this situation with maybe more determination and grit and maybe thankfulness that he's got one more opportunity. Maybe he's going to play at a level he never would have played at before. Like, this is a new situation. This is a newfound second chance for Judkins. And you can tell the way he's going about it, even on the sideline, how amped he is to just be present in the moment, that this might be a blessing in disguise for him at the end of the day. As hard as it is to imagine that, I feel like Judkins feels like he has a newfound sense of glory. And so I'm taking Judkins 100%. And would I try and get more, though? Who that, Lolo? Yeah, but if the offer's there, you don't want to risk letting that offer slip out of your fingertips. Addison on waivers, is he worth picking up? Absolutely, depends on what you're having to surrender to get it, though. Trade my Achane for BTJ and Hendy. I'd rather have Achane unless this BTJ Hendy. So basically, BTJ fills a blank, empty spot where you don't have a Debo, you don't have somebody like Jamo Williams in there. Then it's like it's different. It's hitting your roster in a way that helps you tremendously. Email, do you want me to comment in the message the number? Yes, Jared, let me know what that number is right now, my boy. I appreciate you very much for sending that message. And that will help confirm it's you, and I'll send you the link tonight. Got Ladd, Sutton, Hendy, trade one for Lamb. I would not trade Hendy for Lamb. I would probably not trade Sutton. I would probably trade Ladd for Lamb. But I also like trading for Ladd in case anybody needs a wide receiver. I just want to make that abundantly clear. We've got Burnt Toast with a $21 hauler. Says Dynasty Superflex traded Benson, Javonte and Rattler for Hendy and Milroe. Is that approved? I think it's a little much, bro. I like Milroe's potential. This could all hinge on Milroe, which we have no idea what that's going to look like downstream. So it could be one of those things we reflect back on and go, wow, that ended up being good. But Benson Javonte is a lot. But I will say this. I think Hendy's probably the best player in the deal. I think Benson's fantastic dynasty value. I think I have Hendy above him. But Javonte for the now, if you're in it to win money and you're in it this year, then Javante's an excess amount of player that I wouldn't want to give up if I'm in it to win it. And if you're not in it to win it, you're rebuilding in a sense, or you're not really worried about the now and you're more so worried about the future. I could understand this. I guess it comes down to Milroe then. Milroe will need to save you to make this trade, even or in your favor. But it's not crazy because I believe in Hendy tremendously. I believe in Benson tremendously. 0-3, trade Rice for Genty. You can't really wait on Rice, so I'm okay with this trade. This is one of those trades that makes sense in either direction. If you're 3-0, you want Rice, I like it. If you're 0-3 and you want Genty, I like it. So it's kind of a wild, does both you some good. I own CD, trade Kyron for Breece Hall and Devontae Smith. I'm going to say no. I don't know what Breece Hall is right now, and I certainly don't trust Devontae Smith on the regular, although he can do well once in a while. Smitty, what's up, boss? Crazy week this was. It was crazy, bro. But there's a lot of positives. I mean, we got a lot of people that own Benson and Tootin and Scattaboo and Judkins. And so we got a lot of people that are in the money right now, on the rise. Like, if you've had Genty go down and you've got Judkins now, you're in the mix. You got Genty that's not playing well. You got Benson now. You're in the mix. You've got Tootin and Scattaboo. You're in the mix. Things are changing and ever flowing. And this is why you always stay liquid. You always stay loose. You always make sure you're going and getting these players. And I see somebody saying Judkins has a tough matchup against the Detroit Lions next week, by the way, says Vernon. Well, Vernon, he had his toughest matchup he probably could have had against the Green Bay Packers, and he destroyed them. So I'm not worried about that. Bucky and Ibuka for Neighbors and Hubbard. Give me a tie. Chat, can we vote on this one? Bucky, Buka, Neighbors, Hubbard. I'm going to go with the one better offense, and Buka and Bucky, but that's really close, bro. Very, very close. That's super close. Let's let the chat decide this one. We got Gary with the super chat says, hey, Gary, do you want in the league? Sometimes you just super chat like a monster and you don't understand that the highest super chatters of the evening are going to get in the live draft tomorrow. Maybe you can't draft in it. Maybe you can. Let us know. It's a super flex weeks 4 through 17 league. Weeks 1 through 3 have no relation to the league. We're not counting any points that have already happened. We draft tomorrow night at midnight Eastern on the channel live. If you're in, let me know so I can send you so you can send me an email right now with a secret number in it, Gary. Gary says, been in it for a while. Oh, you're in it already. Gary's still dropping the highest super chat of the night, and he's already in it.
You've just been Smitty.
Oh, boy. Gary's like, come on. Take it. Take it. Already did that trade. I let up BTJ and Worthy for Benson and Sutton. I'm 0-3. Hurts, Genty, Benson, Keenan, Sutton, Ertz, Hendy. I also have Rice and Hollywood, Franklin, Mixon, Herbert, Pacheco. Okay, so good job on executing a trade that I think helps you here. Now, I guess you're trying to maybe get Genty turned into an Achane or turned into maybe Derrick Henry. Maybe I would take a chance on Derrick Henry if I'm you. I know people are really mad at Derrick Henry tonight, but I mean, come on, it's probably worth it for this situation, that you're in right now. So maybe you're trying for Henry tonight, Gary. Genty for Henry straight up. If he won't do it, would I give up a Franklin? Absolutely. Your quarterback is Hurts. Maybe you could give Herbert's a really good trade piece right now, bro. And maybe, ironically, the person that has Henry needs a quarterback. If not, that sucks. If not, then Genty and Herbert for an Achane or above. Just go look at the teams that need quarterbacks. Gary, Herbert's your way. Herbert's your way. and Henry might be your way back. And then I love what you got going on. And look, Henry's still worth the gamble over Genty. They're both questionable right now in some ways, but at least Henry scored a touchdown. And have CD, should I trade him for Bill and JJ, or him and Bill for JJ? Absolutely, 100% go get JJ. Go watch my video on JJ, and maybe you already did, and that's where you got the idea, but that video is up. Send Tyler Warren for Trevion Henderson. Absolutely. Ewan McBride, that's an easy peasy move, my boy. Trade Genty, Bill, London for Lad Walker Sharbs. Trade Genty, Bill, London for Lad Walker Sharbs. I don't know that I'm doing that trade. I think that there's too many questions with Walker and Sharbs right now to feel really ultra comfortable, like more comfortable than the Genty London side, even though that side is uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're going into a clearer situation. 2 wide receivers, 1 flex. Hurts, Chase Brown, Hendy, Nico, London, Warren, Kraft, Hunter, and Sharbs. Should I hold or trade? I probably say that I like the Nico, the Hendy. I'm still believing in London enough to not like get rid of them for pennies on the dollar. I still like your team a lot. I think you're going to be okay. I'd probably hold down the fort a little bit. Unless you could trade Keenan Allen and London for a slight wide receiver upgrade, or Keenan Allen and Chase Brown for a slight running back upgrade, like Achane or like Henry might be your way in. How about Keenan Allen and Chase Brown for Henry, and you take a gamble? I think Henry is a risky play. Noah says I missed the 10 super chats. I didn't know. I'm just going through them in order. I don't. Noah, did you even super chat? Let's see if you super chatted. No, I didn't miss your super chat. You got to relax. There's a lot of people. I'll put it on screen for you here, but there's a lot of people that have super chatted. I'm going through them one by one, my boy. Hey, I'm only one person up here. Ron, appreciate you. Lost my week with .06. I had Lamar. My opponent had Henry 0-3. It's all right, bro. You got this. Don't give up. I've seen people at 0-6 win a championship. So 0-3 is nothing. You got this. Look at this as a challenge, my boy. Look at this as a monster challenge where you're going to take this thing by storm. Okay? You got this. We'll build it up. Make sure you're not missing out on the things that are going to have you rebound. These are the winners. So for the people that paid attention and consumed are going to win their league. They're going to bounce back. You cannot drop your guard in the first 5 weeks when the waiver wire and trades and buy lows and sell highs are where you can make this victory happen. All right. 1 and 2 PPR, 2 wide receivers, 2 flex. I have Josh Allen, Hampton, Brees, Jamar, Hunter, Gordon, Marks. Okay, Giddens, any moves? Offered a Chase and Downs for Buka Lad. Chase and Downs for Buka Lad. Give me Buka Lad. I'd rather have Buka Lad. I'd rather have Buka over Chase. I honestly would. Straight up right now, I would. And then Downs, Lad, I'd rather have Lad. I think that's a good move. That's a good start for you. And then you're kind of just looking at like Warren Pearsall for 1 player. Or Brees and Pearsall for 1 player. Achane or above. Henry might be a good move for you as well, Noah. It's a risky proposition, as I said. But what are you doing? You're getting rid of other risky players. So I'm not asking people to go trade an amazing no-risk player for Derrick Henry. I'm just saying Derrick Henry's not a bad trade for player. There's a lot of risk involved because he could get injured. He could drop off. 10 PPR, 1 and 2. Send Bucky, Rice, Golden for St. Brown, Hendy, Sharbs. Bucky, Rice, Golden for St. Brown, Hendy, Sharbs. I think I take St. Brown, Hendy, Sharbs if I need. If I think I can, if you think you can weather through based on the league and what you know your 1 and 2 record really means, Bucky Rice I'd probably rather have than St. Brown, Hendy at the end of the day. But what if Sharbs gets in there? You're banking on that little bit of upside, and then you're not needing Rice. You can't use Rice right now, so you're getting Hendy, St. Brown. I'd probably take the gamble on St. Brown, Hendy, even though I'd rather have Bucky Rice maybe a little bit more once Rice is back. You'll have such an amount of points accrued, and then also have Sharbs in the bank. And if Sharbs cashes, then I like that Sharbs side more if it cashes. So go ahead and take it. Offer Lamb, Burden for my Genty. Offered Lamb and Burden for your Genty. I'm not taking that. Oh, Genty Judkins? Okay, or Genty. Okay, first of all, JCM and Judkins are not even close. Take Genty Judkins for Lamb and do it live. Absolutely. Genty Judkins for Lamb, do it live. If there's money involved. Now, it's Dynasty. Hold on. You had that Dynasty at the end in the parentheses. I still think I probably take it. That's a lot of talent. I still believe in Genty long term, bro. Look at Bijan his rookie year. You know what I mean? So give me the 2 RBs, but it was close. I had to back step a little bit, take a little gander at it. But JCM is no. Don't take the JCM one. I like JCM, but he's nothing compared to Judkins right now. Need a trade advice. Running back Henry, Mason, Kyron, love it. Corum, Pollard, Dobbins, Harvey, love the running backs. Tet Myers, J-Mo Worthy. Ferguson, okay, what do you do here? You probably have to consider trading one of Mason or Kyron on the high. And I'd probably rather keep Kyron over Mason by a hair because Kyron's so involved in every part of the offense. I'd probably say Mason for Garrett Wilson for London if you want to take a chance. And if you do London, you could probably get something else. Mason for wide receivers around that territory. JSN, obviously, do that trade. And I think that balances your team out a little bit. If not, you just wait for Harvey or you trade Pollard and J-Mo for like BTJ. Try that. Why not? That's a pretty solid stab, I think, at a player that can still bounce back. CD Mason for Garrett Wilson. I'd rather have CD Mason. I'd trade CD for Garrett Wilson, but you can't give up a running back like Mason on top of that, like as if he's a throw-in or something. 2-1. Thanks, Mason, Pollard, BTJ for Genty, Terry, ETN. Woo, doggy. I'd probably say the Genty, Terry, ETN side if you have Tootin. If you don't have Tootin, it makes it pretty even with the risk of either side growing or collapsing. So if you have Tootin, I maybe do it. If not, I probably... Chat, would you lean on doing that regardless? That's a tough one here. Can you vote on this one, guys? Let's pretend he doesn't have Tootin. Mason, Pollard, BTJ, or Genty, Terry, ETN. I take the Genty, Terry, ETN side, I'm pretty sure. And if you have Tootin, even better. Mahomes or Herbo? Probably Mahomes rest of season, Herbo for the next 2 or 3 weeks. But so it depends on what you need and if you can afford losses. Bench Brees for Benson. I'd start Benson this week. Hell yeah. But I'm not cutting Brees or anything. CD for BTJ. I'd take BTJ and something else like Harvey or J-Mo or Ladd. So try and get more. You should be able to argue that in, bro. Trade Jamar and Chase Brown for Henry and Waddle. Give me a different receiver like Ladd or BTJ or something. But I like where this could be going, but I don't like that specific trade exactly. So change it a little bit, and then we might be on the same page. This one here from Caroline, appreciate you. I have Tootin. Wide receivers are neighbors, Igbuka, Rice, and Kamara. I don't know what we're asking here. I have Tootin. Wide receivers are neighbors. I don't know if there's like another super chat somewhere or something. I don't know. I'm not sure what you're asking here, but looking at this, I would say I love the receivers. Love them. Not moving. Trying to trade maybe Kamara. Kamara for try Henry. Kamara and something, not these wide receivers, but Kamara and something for Henry. I don't know why I'm so into trading for Henry right now with all these teams, but I just think that these risky teams need a risk. They need a gamble. They need something. You're just exchanging risk. Wilson or London rest of season. Wilson. But anything could change, and flip on its head. Last week, I traded for MHA and Gibbs for Monty and Amon-Ra. I mean, it doesn't look good this week, but I think, MHJ's so bad right now, bro. I'd probably say it's a slight L, but that's only because Monty's playing well. If Monty falls back down to earth, then it becomes a Gibbs, which I'd rather have over Amon-Ra. For the trade. I still don't understand, Caroline. Didn't compute. Did you mean you made that trade, Tootin? Trade J-Mo and Chase Brown for Kincaid. What? What, Jerry? trade J-Mo and Chase Brown for Kincaid. What are we doing back there?
You've just been Smitty disapproved.
No, Jerry. No, I wouldn't trade either one for Kincaid. And give Fannin some credit. I mean, he had 2 great weeks and 1 just mediocre. Like, let's wait and see what he is. I don't know why I like Kincaid, but hell no, bro. Kincaid could vanish next week. The way that Buffalo, sure, I do like him though. I would trade. I maybe do J-Mo for Kincaid if you want to do that. If you really feel that strongly about it. I don't want to hold you back from going and getting Kincaid, but throwing in Chase Brown, no. My Lamb plus Harvey for Buka and Hampton. Give me Buka and Hampton, and I run away as fast as I can so no one can find me to try to undo it. I'd change my number so the commissioner couldn't call me up and say, hey, that was a mistake. We need to undo. I would do everything I could to just get away. Trade my Pickens and Scat for Puka. If you like winning, you'll go get Puka for that, of course. 10-team PPR start 7. CD and Genty for Henry and Debo. I take Henry and Debo and like I run past that guy that's running out of town so that no one can get a hold of him, so that nobody can find either one of you. 1 and 2, 10-team PPR. Do that live, bro. Come on. Trade my McBride for Hampton and Tyler Warren. I'd take Hampton and Tyler Warren, and I'd be running right alongside of those two. We got 3 people running out of town right now trying to get away from all the no cell service. They just need to get out of town. So he took the trade, my Genty for his Judkins and Quentin Johnston. So Judkins to Jupiter. Nice move, bro. Nice move. I'm not saying that I don't like both players, okay? And I'll be rooting for Genty's rebound. I don't want you to get mad at me if Genty's like 2 touchdowns and he's balling, but Judkins will be fine. Asking about Genty, ETN. There we go. Thank you. This right here is how you, like, I think you were asking it. You didn't say 4. Like, I didn't know what you were saying. Genty, ETN, Terry, 4, BTJ, Mason, Tony Pollard. Unless there's another super chat somewhere. I'm sorry. I'll go find it. Could have got lost. So that's on me, Carolyn. I appreciate you asking it again. Genty, ETN, Terry, for BTJ, Mason, Tony Pollard. Give me the Genty, ETN, Scary Terry side. Oh, I might have already answered that one. Yeah, okay. It all makes sense now. You got Tootin, you were saying. Okay, I got you. Very, very good trade. If you get the ETN side. I think that's a good trade. 3-0 Baker, Achane. And let me just put that back up just to make triple sure on this one. I do not want to fail Carolyn after all that. Terry, okay, BTJ, Mason, Tony Pollard. I like Mason a lot, and BTJ's a question mark. But Genty, ETN, Terry. Chad, am I right on that? Mav, I didn't miss your super chat. I'm going through them as fast as I can. Can someone tell the people in the chat that says you missed my super chat that he's still going through them? Because the amount of people that say I missed their super chat when I'm clearly going through as many as I can, one after the other. Asking about the Genty, ETN. Okay, so does everybody agree? Please vote on this one, please. Pretty even. Roll the dice on that for me. Would you rather have the BTJ, Mason, and Tony Pollard side? I personally would rather have the Genty, ETN, Scary Terry side. This $20 hauler from Tatered Sandwich, and then I'm back on the case.
Super chat alert.
Okay, 12-man PPR, 3-0, Baker, Achane, Bucky, Jamar Chase, Wilson, Fannin, Mason, Hunter, Mims, Rice, Sharps, Hendy, Marks, any moves. Little worried about Chase, but do I hold or try and move? I think I definitely, look, I like Baker. You're 3-0 for a reason. Achane, Bucky, fantastic. Jamar Chase, I'm trading for. If you could get like St. Brown or Nico or Puka, and let's say they won't even do it straight up, but you have to give them something small. You know, like you throw in Hunter, you throw in a potential Sharps. Go to the Walker owner, see what they have. Maybe Sharps can get some sort of wide receiver swap on. Past that, I unless I'm trading him straight up for like Nico. I mean, you could go Garrett Wilson, you could, but I just think I'd rather hold Chase. Would I take London and Judkins? Yeah. Would I take Benson in London? Maybe I would. So something like that, or Garrett Wilson and Judkins, like, sure. But other than that, you're 3-0, bro. The team looks fantastic, and Rice is coming back to save the day. You're going to be okay. You're going to be just fine. I'm in order right now, so just relax. I'm coming for your super chat. Hurts, Hendy, Kyron, CD, AJB, McBride, RJ Harvey, Pearsall, Benson, Hunter, Tootin, 1 PPR. Trade suggestions was offer London and Monty for CD and Kyron. London and Monty for CD and Kyron. Chat, can we vote on this one? Right now, for 4 weeks minimum, it seems like at least, you're going to be literally going... Everybody tell Dominic Davis, who just dropped a $2 holler, that I'll get to his super chat in a second. They're in order. I'm going as fast as I can. Thank you, Dominic, for the additional super chat. I'm doing the best I can, my guy. I mean, I don't know how many times I got to say that in the chat. And then somebody's like, you missed my super chat. Like, I'm literally trying to tell you I'm going as fast as I can. I appreciate your super chat, though. The way I look at this trade is you got Kyron versus London and Monty. So, chat, please vote. I mean, eventually when Lamb comes back, if you're 4-4 or something, or whatever the hell the record is when Monty comes back, or Lamb comes back. Let's say you're 4-4. Then I'd rather have Kyron CD. So I guess it just depends on whether you can hold up. It's hard for me to say. I would probably say, damn it. The thing is, I don't trust Monty like some of you Monty truthers, or, you've been quiet all year and now you're here to celebrate, which I appreciate. We do that all the time. But I don't know that I believe in Monty as much. And what if London keeps dropping nothing burgers and Monty does nothing? Give me the CD Kyron side. I'm trying to trade CD in a different deal. That's my final answer. I hate that I have to tell you to go ahead and be without CD Lamb for 4 weeks, but I just don't know that London and Monty are going to solve the problem. Whereas you get rid of Lamb for JSN or Nico or Judkins and a Lad, then all of a sudden you've got solutions, man. 0-3 Mahomes, Chase Brown, James Cook, JJ Terry, Jawan, Pearsall, David, Devontae Smith. Where am I getting some of these names? I'm just making up names. David who? What do I do, Smitty? I'll probably say with this squad, my boy, this is a tough one. You got a good core. This team is really solid. I don't know that you can move much right now. You're probably putting Hunter in the lineup over Chase Brown for now. And unless you're running Chase Brown in the flex, which I would do over Devontae Smith. I'm going to go to the ETN owner with Tootin, and I'm going to go potentially try and trade Pearsall to get a slight wide receiver upgrade, or Scary Terry and Tootin to the ETN owner. Now, I love Tootin. I'm not necessarily getting rid of him for nothing. I'm just, if that works. Chase Brown. I mean, see what Chase Brown see what Devontae Smith and Tootin to the ETN owner can get you. Like, things like that. I just make your first move. Once you make that move, then I think we tackle the rest of it right after that. So, like, baby steps, let's try that one and then move on from there. If you look at it too big picture, you might just think, how do I fix this? That's how I start. Smitty, should I be worried? I told you last week I traded Mark Andrews for Hunter, and it didn't turn out well for me this week. Bro, Andrews has been non-existent, and he caught a garbage touchdown at the end. I don't know. I think Hunter still, don't cut him. Don't make this worse by, like, cutting him. But it is what it is right now. No one saw Andrews doing what he did tonight. He's been literally non-existent, and he might go straight back to being non-existent. However, he does score touchdowns. That's what he does, and Lamar is trying to get him the ball in the end zone. So you can look back and regret, or you can just move forward, Jason. Who cares what you did last week? Let's do something this week. Let's figure out a way to make a trade this week. You can't beat yourself up over giving up a tight end that you weren't going to start anyway this week, Jason. You weren't, or you wouldn't have been looking to trade him. So I feel you. I understand what you're feeling, but I wouldn't look at it like that. That's a backwards looking way of thinking. Need to trade advice. Let's move forward, Jason. We'll figure something out. Give me your team or an idea, and we'll cook it up. Or a specific player works better than the whole team, to be honest. And I'll tell you some ideas. Trade advice for Genty and Ladd. Other running backs are Gibbs, Benson, Hendy, Harvey. Other wide receivers are Buka, BTJ, London. Trade advice for Genty and Ladd. Genty and Ladd for Achan. Genty and Ladd for a running back at that. Henry. I'd definitely go after Henry right now. Those are probably the two best go-get players right now in fantasy at the RB position. Other than that, I guess I would look at, Breece Hall's a lateral trade from Genty if you want to take that gamble. Chase Brown's a lateral trade. Go get Bucky. Try to get Bucky for Genty and Ladd. Bucky, people sell Bucky cheap right now, my boy. Zamora, appreciate you with the super chat here. Next up, so you guys know, Zamora, Point, Ben, Alec, Joel, Rockout, Jared, Dominic, Jesse, Randy, Hendricks, Nero, Mav, I'll put your super chat right here because I know you were asking and super chatting about it, so I got you right there. Raul. So give me some time. I'm cranking through these. 0-3, QB, Mahomes, RB, Genty, Scatterboot, Tracy, ETN, Spears, Ollie Gordon, Pacheco, Algier. Wide receivers, Nico, Higgins, Adams, Rice, Brown, McBride. Want to do trades. Henry for Genty. Genty's so hard to trade right now. Genty and Higgins for Achan. Genty and Higgins for Henry and something. Is Gibbs even tradable for, let's call it like Adams and Genty? Maybe. Do I trade Rice straight up for... Let me go to my thefantasyfootballshow.com rankings and see if I can figure out a wide receiver that makes some sense. Genty. So I'm going to go to my thefantasyfootballshow.com rankings, year-round rankings, bold predictions, trade calculator. Man. JJ. Higgins and Genty for JJ and something. Genty and Higgins for Benson and a receiver. For Judkins and a receiver. Zamora, try the Judkins owner and Benson owner. Got a trade offer Hampton and Pickens for my DK, Brees, and AJ Brown. Hampton and Pickens for my DK, Brees, and AJ Brown. That's a lot. Chat, what are you thinking on this one? What are you thinking on this one, bro? Hampton and Pickens for DK, Brees, AJ Brown. Vote on that one. Let's see what you guys think. Vote on this one. Listen to the chat, Mav. This is going to be a good chat vote. It's so close. I'd probably rather have... Guys, vote on this one, please. Pickens and Hampton or DK, Brees, AJ Brown. What side do you guys like? It's a tough one. DK, AJ B side. AJ B side. Hampton Pickens side. Hampton side, AJ B side. Hampton Pickens side. It's pretty torn. I guess the way I look at this, bro, is that if you believe in AJB or you think you can flip him, could be a better side. I mean, Pickens, I'll tell you this, Pickens and Hampton are going to outscore it right now. But when Lamb comes back, will Pickens drop a little bit? Yeah. I guess if you need a gamble, take the trio. But that's only if DK's, like if you can't use DK, if you got a similar option you're weighing, don't take a 3-player trade like this when you can't even use DK or DK's even with a player you have. Point, appreciate your super chat. Point says Purdy, Dak, Penix, running backs are Henderson, Hampton, Sharps, Chase, London, Igbuka, Evans, Jawan. Trade Chase plus Jawan for JD5 Lad or hold. I'd take JD5 and Lad. I think Lad is going to be pretty darn good down the stretch, and JD5 I think will be really, really solid. So Jamar Chase, I'd rather downgrade to Lad. I think Lad will be good. Lamb and Benson for Achane. That's really tough, bro. I think I'm going to take Lamb and Benson because I think Benson will hang close enough. I'm not saying he's better than Achane, but he'll hang close enough that I'll want Lamb in 4 weeks. So that's the way I'm going to approach that, bro. Very close. Alec, appreciate you. What do you think I can offer for JJ or any other buy lows? Guys, the top 3 super chatters of the evening are going to get into the live draft tomorrow at midnight Eastern. Make sure you can draft at midnight Eastern tomorrow. The top 3 super chatters will get in. So, get ready for that and drop your highest super chat. Let me see if I can find that code you dropped and make sure. So, okay, I got the email from you. I got 2 super chats here from Tracy. Tracy, I got you on screen right now, my guy. Thank you for dropping those two $20 super chats. You're in the front of the queue here now. Thank you very much. I'm sorry I missed that earlier. $19.99 or $20 super chats get moved to the front of the line. Appreciate you. And what was that other super chat? It was Jared, right? Jared, I got your number. Jared, I got your number, so tell me what your number is. Okay, we got 1,000 people in the room. Jared, that is the number I got. Okay, thank you, pal. I see your confirmation there. So I will get you the link, Jared. Jared Johnson. Thank you, pal. I'll send you the link tonight. Just give me a little bit. It won't be during the live stream, but I'll send it to you after. Make sure you're ready to draft at midnight Eastern tomorrow. Appreciate you, bro. Okay, Tracy with the Double super chats here. $20 haulers gets immediate attention. Or was it 1? Tracy, didn't you have 2? Maybe it was just 1. This team is 1-2, half PPR. Lost the last 2 weeks. My team is Allen, Penix, Chase Brown, Tootin, Hampton, Benson, Harvey, Puka, Igbuka, Hunter, A.O. Manor. What trades should I make to improve this team? Probably going to advise you to trust in Benson and Hampton here, and I'm trying to trade across position, or if you could start all 3 running backs, I guess I'm okay holding, actually. This team's pretty good. Puka and Igbuka, bro. And then you A.O. Manor's not bad. If you could start Chase Brown, I still play him. I think I'm holding with this squad. The only thing I'd maybe consider doing, but then again, it's like, I like having the 3 running backs versus the 3 wide receivers, honestly, because I like A.O. Manor. And Harvey's waiting in the wings. Maybe, and Tootin's waiting in the wings too. Okay, you know what? Try and trade across position, Chase Brown, and something else if you have to give it up. Something else could be, I mean, maybe you go to the ETN owner and see what Tootin and Chase Brown can get you, wide receiver wise, because they're hurting at wide receiver or running back, and they're worried about ETN losing carries to Tootin. See if they've got a wide receiver like Nico or St. Brown or something that makes sense using both your Chase Brown and Tootin. If not, I'd consider Chase Brown straight up without using Tootin for Garrett Wilson, for Devontae Adams. I think all those players around that territory could make sense for a Chase Brown swap. I'd also consider Derrick Henry, Chase Brown, and something for Derrick Henry. Chase Brown and Hunter, Chase Brown and Harvey, maybe. I wouldn't trade Benson. I wouldn't trade Hampton. I think those are your meal tickets. Josh Allen, I wouldn't trade. Puka, Egbuka, wouldn't trade those guys. Love the team. I think if anything, you just hold, my boy. That team is phenomenal. Team's great, bro. This one here from Antonio. Antonio says, what's up, Smitty? Currently 1-2 in my league. Thank you for the $20 holler. Thank you, Tracy, as well.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Tracy, what was your old YouTube name? Why am I blanking out on it now? What's up, Smitty? Currently 1-2 in my league. I have JD5, London, Debo, Bucky, Mason. Love the team. Honestly, there's a lot to like about it. My third bench, I got Hunter. On my bench, I got Hunter, Benson. Benson's amazing. Benson needs to be in your lineup somehow. So maybe we're trading. Jeez, man. I mean, put Benson in over Tootin right now, I think. So we're trading Tootin to the ETN owner with London to upgrade a wide receiver. Maybe. Mason. You could trade Mason for a Garrett Wilson. You could trade Mason for Mason and London for an elite wide receiver. I mean, you'd have to go up to the top, bro. You know. JJ. Try Mason and London for JJ. Because you're going to have Bucky. You're going to have Benson. Like, you're going to be okay. You have Harvey in the wings. I like this team, bro. That's the kind of move I'm doing. If not, you could potentially go London and Harvey, London, and I mean, you could go Debo and London for one wide receiver if you wanted. But I like Debo. I'm not really interested in fully moving Debo. I'd rather you just move London. Thank you for the super chat, my boy. Antonio to the moon. Alec, thank you. What do you think I can offer for JJ or any other buy lows? Right now, I'm probably looking at T-Mac and Genty for JJ and hopefully something. Genty and Pearsall for JJ. Pearsall and T-Mac. I don't know if you get JJ for that, but you could try. Nico Collins, I don't know if you can get that, but you could try. St. Brown, I don't know if you can get that, but you can try. T-Mac and Pearsall for Judkins and a wide receiver. Marv and T-Mac for a slight upgrade at wide receiver. Marv and Genty for a Judkins and something, or a straight up like Achan, or a straight up Henry. Marv and Genty for Henry. Pearsall and Genty for Henry. T-Mac and Genty for Henry and something. Thank you for the super chat, young man. Appreciate you. Alec to the moon. Trade my Lamb, Bucky, JCM for Gibbs and Buka. I'd take Gibbs and Buka and probably run as fast as I could out of town so no one could find me to undo it. Joel, $9 hauler. My running backs are Hendy, Hampton, Warren, and my wide receivers Chase, London, Egbuka, DK Rice. They are offering me Brees and Pearsall for Warren and Egbuka. I'm going to say no. DK and maybe... Oh, is that Warren the running back? Or is that... It's hard to know if that's the Jalen. I think it's Jalen Warren. But still, I don't think I'm trading Buka. I like Buka more than Brees, and I don't know that Pearsall for Warren is that big. But I'd rather have Pearsall over Jalen Warren, the running back. If it's a tight end, I'd rather the tight end over Pearsall. But I still don't think I do that. I think maybe I'm trading like London and Jalen Warren, if that's Jalen Warren, for like one slight wide receiver upgrade, Joel. But I'm not doing that trade. Rock out with the $5 hauler. Rock out. Appreciate you, my boy. Doing it live. Rock out. Needed 13 points from Henry. Couldn't even get that. With my luck, lost 118.14 to 120. But come back 116 to 140 with Gibbs to win. 143 to 140. Nice job, Rock out. Congrats on the W, at least in one of the leagues. Proud of you, pal. Doing it live. Rock out to the moon. Let's see here. Again, top 3 super chatters of the evening will be in the league. Did Tracy? I think Tracy, I did get to your super chat here, right? I have JD5 London. Any moves? Yeah, I did get to that one. Thank you, Tracy. Appreciate you dropping the super chat, my boy. My Lamb and Kamara for Henry and Scat. I'm gonna take Henry and Scat. It's a good move for your team, honestly. Was trading Achane for Henry a bad move? No, I think it could go either way. I think I'd rather have Achane by a hair, but that's by a hair, bro. I mean, Henry could bounce back. Remember, he looked good on that run. He scored a touchdown. It's just confused seeing some of these teams 8-man leagues. No, that's just how our boys draft, my boy. JJ or Chase rest of season? JJ for sure. Love Achane, Chase Brown, Garrett Wilson, Fannin, bench Rice, Harvey. Any moves? Try and maybe trade Jamar Chase for JJ, since we're on that topic. Go to the Achane. Oh, you got Achane. Damn. Go to the ETN owner, see what Tootin can upgrade you. Maybe they've got something that you can upgrade Addison into, or upgrade Chase Brown into slightly. And if not, maybe you're trading Addison and Chase Brown for just a slight upgrade, running back upgrade, or Addison or Addison, Tootin owner or ETN owner Tootin to upgrade your quarterback slightly, or Tootin owner to upgrade Addison slightly. You can maybe upgrade Garrett Wilson slightly. Thank you, pal. Appreciate you. Apex dropping the $20 hauler to move to the front of the line. All $20 haulers move straight to the front. Appreciate you, Apex, for doing it live. Apex says 12 team, JD5, Genty, Hendy, Debo, Buka, Tyler Warren, London, JCM, Harvey, Tootin, Rice, IR, any moves. Probably say with this squad, the Genty for Henry move seems to be my favorite move, at least at this moment in time. I don't love either side right now. Like, I don't love either side, but I like both sides for certain reasons. But I just think Henry's not in a abyss like maybe Genty is. So I feel like you can make that move pretty easily. You throw in JCM if you need to. You throw in Hunter if you need to. You throw in, go to the ETN owner, see what Tootin can upgrade London into. Apex. Thank you for the super chat, Apex. Appreciate your super chat. This is Tracy's other message. I knew I saw another $20 hauler somewhere. Thank you, Tracy. I'm sorry about the wait, bro. This team 1-2, lost 2 weeks. My team is cute. Did I already answer this one? I might have already answered it though. Hookah, Buka, Hunter, Ailman. Yeah, I did. But that's a great team, bro. Congrats again on that squad. It's fantastic. Trade MHJ for Chase Brown. Absolutely. You know, and I'm going to have that. That's one of my favorite ones that I have for tonight. So MHJ for Chase Brown. I have going and getting Henry. I have going and getting Judkins using like a Lamb. You know, that's a great move. What's the best running back you could get for McBride? Judkins, or even a little higher. You could go after Chase Brown if you want to take a gamble. Benson and something, Judkins and something potentially. You can maybe get a little something on top. So thank you for the super chat. Julian, I guess. Trade Hendy for Golden? No. Why would you? Why would you trade Hendy right now? And what's Golden done? Hendy's about to, like, the stock is about to split and you want to get out of Dodge. No. Dominic, you missed my super chat about the trades. Dominic, I see this one here, but I'm going up to try and fight. You got to understand. You're in a queue, my boy, and you're second in command here. I've got these two right here. I know everybody thinks I'm missing their super chats. I'm not. I'm just trying to get through them all. 0-3 traded Buka and McMillan for Hampton. Pat McMillan and Buka, it's a little much for Hampton. I like Hampton a lot, but it's a little much. Have Amon-Ra, London, JSN. Man, I don't know if I like that. I think that it could work out for you, but I like Buka enough. It's solid player you got to return, obviously. I like the team a lot. ETN maybe for a wide receiver. You know, if you don't have Tootin. I don't think you're cooked. I just think I'm trying to get a JSN, a St. Brown for an ETN right now. I'm trying to get something. I'm trying to get a Judkins and like a Garrett Wilson or something like that for London. You know, I don't know. For London. I love Amon-Ra. I like London a lot. Amon-Ra, JSN, London, Kyron, and Hampton. You're not cooked. It's a great team. You have a great team. I don't think you did anything wrong, Jared. I think it's maybe not the move I would have made, but I don't hate the trade at all. Dominic down here at the $15 hauler traded Lamb and Swift for Barkley and Waddle. Traded Jettas and DJ Moore for Adams and Sutton. Dominic, you ready to shine, my boy? It's your time, my boy. Here we go. Traded Lamb and Swift for Barkley and Waddle. I don't like that one, Dominic. I love it.
You've just been...
Your second trade, and this is Barkley struggling. Traded Jettas and DJ Moore for Devontae Adams and Sutton. That one I don't like, but I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I'd rather have Jettas and DJ Moore than Adams and Sutton. I think you bought high on Sutton's one game. He's certainly good. But I love the first one, don't love the second one. So,
You
split. Please pick one wide receiver, one flex. BTJ, Adams, Allen, Benson. Benson and Adams. That's easy, Hendricks. That's light work. I could do that blindfolded. Ziggy could make that call. But I do think you got to make some trades because there's some good talent there. Who are we selling Juwan Johnson for in redraft? I don't know. You're not going to get a Benson or a Judkins, but of course you're going to try. Is Scattaboo? You could try Scattaboo. Juwan Johnson for Ladd. Ladd would be more of a realistic avenue. Or you throw him into a more complex deal. I don't think you read my old super chat, says Joel. Joel, I'll go look for it. I'm seeing some of these come in, and I'm just skeptical. I'm pretty sure, Joel, I already read it. I think you sent that one beforehand. Yeah. Trade my JT and Mason for Egbuka. Trade my JT for Mason. I'm sorry, for Mason and Egbuka. I'm not trading JT for Mason and Egbuka. And look, it is what it is. JT is balling the hell out. You need to get way more than that. You can't settle for that. I mean, as much as Egbuka is a monster, you are settling. Mata with a $20 hauler. Appreciate you. You get immediate assistance. And Jordan, thank you for the $20 hauler. You also get immediate assistance, young man. And Anti-Slayer, appreciate you. Do not trade JT for that. You deserve, like, it would be Egbuka and Mason's just not there. Judkins and Egbuka, maybe. I take that. And I'm not trying to say that Mason's that far off from Judkins, but he kind of is in my mind. Hey, Smitty, I messed up the autoed in the 12-team PPR league. Currently 1 and 2. Lineup is Hurts, Amon-Ra, Nico. Very good. Worthy, Devontae Smith. Maybe MHJ Worthy, Devontae Smith. We can trade that. Judkins, Woody, Hunt. Judkins there. Hampton owner wants Amon-Ra straight up. He also has Rice. I would trade Amon-Ra for Judkins and Rice. Smitty approve on that. And if he doesn't want to do it, then tell him he's not getting a top 3 wide receiver. But I Smitty approve that trade. Get Rice and I do it. Because Judkins can hang with Amon-Ra. I'm 2-1 in a 12-team redraft. No PPR. All TDs are 6 points start. 1 QB, 2 running back, 3 wide receiver. Mahomes, Gibbs, Kyron, Harvey, JCM, Rice, Debo, Hunter, Coleman, Bowers, fan, and likely upgrade ideas. Thank you, Smitty. Thank you. $20 hauler from Mattas. Thank you to both of you.
Super chat alert.
This one is a tough one, bro. I mean, love the running backs. I'm probably trying to trade JCM, and maybe you might have to trade Rice now. Although you're 2-1, if you could stay afloat. I don't know if I think Bowers is a good buy low, but he's also a good get rid of to go get Garrett Wilson, to go get Judkins and Ladd. You know, like something like that where you can plug Ladd into the wide receiver spot. You got Judkins now as a player that you can start at your flex or running back too, but your situation would be a flex. Debo's great, right? Debo, Hunter, you're just really hurting a wide receiver. I think likely comes around for you and is decent, so I'm probably trading Bowers for that wide receiver, bro. Bowers for Nico, Bowers for St. Brown, Bowers for Garrett Wilson and something, Bowers for Ladd and Judkins, Bowers for Benson and Judkins, or Benson and Ladd. Adams, Bowers for Adams and something. I'd also consider trading Rice for Adams, Rice for Garrett Wilson, right? Just because you could use that now. But I think if you float above water and tread, you might be okay. But those are the ideas I would take to the trade block, bro. For now, Rob, thank you for the $20 hauler.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Thank you very much. Lost. I'm 1-2. Now I'm 1-2. You lost by less than 1 point. Feels like nothing's going my way, bro. Let me tell you something. Nothing's going your way, but nothing's standing in your way of it changing. And you just got to grab the bull by the horns, bro. You also got to remember this is why you play. The answer shouldn't be yes, but if I ask the question, would you rather dominate everybody, not have any close games, have no adversity, and you're just, you're 17-0 and you just, there's some fun in that. But the reason you played this, your buddy one time said, you're down and you draft these guys, you're down by 10 points, you watch the Monday night game and you win by a Hail Mary at the end of the year, you climb all the way back from a 2-5 record. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why you played. So don't stop looking at it negatively and say, I'm just going to attack this thing. Okay? Your team's Puka, Bucky, London, Buka, Wilson, Nix, Hendy. Hendy's on the rise. Make sure you're not leaving the league-winning boys that we've been touting forever. Mid-season monsters. These guys are sitting there for the taking. Maybe no longer. But check your waiver wire. That's how you win a league. You got Tootin. But Benson, that's how you win a league. You stay on top of it when things aren't going well. You grab those players. Judkins right now is better than Genty. Benson might be better than Genty. These players might be better than Genty right now. So even though you might, Tootin, I'd still rather have Genty than Tootin right now, but that might change really quickly. But the problem is if people fall asleep at the wheel and they don't take advantage of these opportunities, you can't fix the hole in the ship. The people that now have Judkins stepping in for Genty aren't missing a beat anymore. They're ready to take the bull by the horn, slam it into the ground and say, I'm going to win. You've got a good team. I'm not worried about your wide receivers. You could even bank on London maybe bouncing back because you got Buka and Wilson. Nix is okay. Kraft, you could trade. Kraft or Jawan, trade one, whichever one gets you more. Hendy's about to step up big time. Bucky's a monster. Puka's a monster. You're fine. Doesn't matter if it hasn't gone your way. This is maybe putting you in the best positioning playoff seed-wise to win. Maybe if you were undefeated and had the best record, you face the worst team and they go off and you lose. Now you're going to have a different seed that gets you into the playoffs or gets you down the bracket into the championship game when it wouldn't have if you were the best scoring team. Look at it that way, bro. As far as a trade, I don't know that I'm moving much, but like London and Kraft for like a slightly better wide receiver and then bank on Jawan. Or Jawan and London for a slightly better wide receiver. We're talking Nico, St. Brown, players like that. Tracy, what was your old name? I forget what it was for some reason. Thank you, Rob. Appreciate you. Try to move London slightly, just very quietly. We got $20 haulers that need immediate attention here. Tracy, what was your name again? And right now, Tracy, you're winning the highest super chat, second highest super chat of the night, I believe, to get into the league. So if you're free tomorrow night at midnight, you're the one that's probably, I think, in second place right now, at least. I think you might be. I think you got 2 or 3 super chats. You might be in second place, second or third place. Okay, Tracy said my other team is 2-1, lost by 2 points. Man, Bijan, Kyren, Benson, great running backs, man. Debo, Ibuka, Ridley, Coleman, Franklin, A. Manor. I like this team. Kraft, Fannin. What trades could improve your team? It's a really good team. I don't think there are many trades you can even do because I don't want you to trade the RBs, Ibuka, Debo. There's nothing to do here. I wish maybe Kraft and Ridley for a Lad. Or maybe you could trade Kraft straight up for Lad. But Lad could be the wide receivers that make sense to me, bro, to go get. Lad, Rashee Rice for you. This team would be great for Rashee Rice. You get rid of Kraft and Ridley for Rashee Rice. Do that. You do that and it's over, bro. Zay Flowers on a bad game. Go give Kraft up for Zay. Or you do Fannin and Ridley. J-Mo's, Crafty. Just a little move, little wide receiver move is all I'm doing with that squad, bro. That's a fantastic team. Curry, thank you for that super chat. I think I already put that up on screen. Thank you, my guy, for dropping that. And Santo with a $20 hauler. Tracy, thank you again. We got a double R here with a $20 hauler. I think I already got that on screen. Santo, I got your super chat on screen. Thank you, boys, for dropping the 20s. I'm gonna go to the top again and go through the order in which I received. Just give me a chance, my boys. I'm sorry about the delay. Should I trade Neighbors for Rice and Judkins? Chat, are we doing this? It's a keeper league, and I don't have to trade away Neighbors till Rice comes back. Really? So you keep Neighbors? So you guys agree on this deal, and you get to keep Neighbors then I do it. If you can keep, I think that's what you're trying to say here. Then I think the chat's gonna be like, hell yeah, you can keep Neighbors, and that's amazing. That sounds like cheating though. 0-3, 14-man, full PPR. Kyler, Ted, Olave, Bijan, Kyren, Bowers. Just traded DJ Moore for Breece Hall. Love that. That's a great trade, bro. Bench, Wandell, Travis Hunter. Like, Breece Hall is a good go-get, and it seems like he's cheap enough. I'm writing this down because, look, I see examples of this. I hear examples. People send me screenshots. I see all this all the time. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Bench, Wandell. Any moves you would try. Lost 2 games by half a point each. That's crazy, man. Your team, look, Bijan, Kyren, Bowers, Breece Hall, Ted, Kyler. Love the team. Waiting on Rice. I think if I can move like Olave and Kyler for a slight quarterback upgrade, Ted and Olave for one slight wide receiver upgrade. Olave for BTJ. You could do Ted for BTJ if you want to take a gamble, but I think a lot of people like Ted over BTJ, so I'd maybe try and move Olave for BTJ. You could move Rice right now for somebody like Judkins or Benson if you wanted to, but I think if you wait, you're 0-3 though. Yeah, you know what? I probably would try and get Judkins or Benson or Garrett Wilson or something like that using Rice right now. And if you got to throw in Olave to get it done, I'd probably do it. That's the only thing I could see with that squad. You got a really good team. I wouldn't freak out too much or make too many bad moves because, like, it's the changing lanes on the freeway. You're going slow in your lane right now, but when you see this lane zipping by, but as soon as you change that lane, the lane you were in is going to go faster. You're going to be so pissed you got out of that lane. So only do that maneuver if it's me. Trade BTJ and Tyler Warren for Benson, Cade Otton, BTJ, Tyler Warren. I'm going to say no on this one. I love Benson, bro, but BTJ and Tyler Warren's a baller, and BTJ still has a shot. I have Fannin at tight end. Yeah, I'm not feeling that move. I like a lot of these Benson moves, but I'm not feeling that particular move. I think the chat will probably agree with me, but I can't guarantee it. Should I trade my JSN for Bucky? I would rather have Bucky if I need a running back, JSN if I need a wide receiver, so it's dead even. CD plus Hall for Barkley and Rice. I take Barkley and Rice, bro. That's fantastic. CD and Ollie Gordon for BTJ and Sharps. I'd rather have. It's pretty close, bro. If you're 0-3, you probably got to take. I want a little more though, BTJ and Sharps, but I want a little more. G Money, that's what it was, Tracy. Thank you for dropping that. G Money, everybody's names changed, and I totally forgot what you were. Trade away JT for Mason and Ibuka. I said no to that one. Thank you again. 0-3, trade my Bucky and Jefferson for Warren, Genty, and Waddle. No, hell no. Worst trade idea ever invented. Logan says you skipped my $10 super chat. Oh, Logan, I don't know if I did, but I think it just hadn't got to you yet, but I just wanted to tell you that. Logan, I'll go ahead and pull yours to the top. I did not skip you. You're still way down there, but I got you, Logan. You super chatted again. So I went ahead and added your two together, and we came up with a $20 hauler. So thank you, my boy, for dropping.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Nero, you're actually, bro, that's ironic. You said you missed my super chat. You're next. So you're perfect timing. You came right back from the bathroom in just the nick of time. Offered Chase Sharps for McBride. Pearsall, JCM. Chat, what are you doing here? I know a lot of you like Pearsall more than I do, and I don't dislike him. I just think that his situation is going to change a lot. Do we think that Chase and Sharps for McBride, Pearsall, and JCM is enough? I don't think so. I think I want more for Jamar Chase. The question is that Chase Brown? And did you misspeak? I imagine it's not because you said Chase. You didn't say Chase Brown. I mean, who's going to call Chase Brown Chase? I don't think anybody. So, what do you guys think here? Jamar Chase, and Charbonnet for McBride, Pearsall, JCM. Can you guys please vote on this one? I think I'm trying to get more for Jamar Chase. Logan, I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no, not enough. I like McBride a lot, but he's also trapped in a scenario where he could underperform. Am I wrong? Chat, tell me I'm wrong. It's fine if I am. You're getting Jamar. I would say, I think the correct answer, in my opinion, that I saw was I would still trade him, and that's correct, but not for this. It's not enough for me. I like your team a lot, but I think you're getting, like giving up Sharps is maybe going to be something that you regret doing. If it was just Jamar Chase for all of that, I'm okay with it. I don't know that I would do it, but I'm okay with it. Got 3 trade offers for my CD injury. Do I take Amon-Ra and Kamara for Hampton and Igbuka? Why are you using slashes? Like you're trying to make. You think I'm going to be able to understand what you're trying to say? I think the slashes are your 3 different offers, but the way you guys use slashes are all different, and it maybe messes up your whole question. Like you got to just spell it out. Do I take Amon-Ra and Kamara for Hampton and Igbuka? Or the other alternate, I think, is JSN, JCM. Hampton and Igbuka. JSN and JCM for CD and Hampton. JSN, CD. I'm taking CD and Hampton over JSN and JCM. Amon-Ra Kamara for Hampton and Igbuka. I'm taking Hampton and Igbuka over Amon-Ra Kamara slightly, but I'm definitely taking CD and Hampton over JSN and JCM. And then JJ and Rice for Hampton and Igbuka. This is confusing, bro. It's almost better to put it in like 3 different questions or something, but JJ and Rice for Hampton and Igbuka. I don't know if I've got to like organize these, or I'm just going to tell you which one I like the most. That's why it's tough to ask this kind of question. JJ and Rice for Hampton and Igbuka. I like JJ and Rice better once Rice is back. So if you can't weather the storm, I want Hampton and Igbuka. But later on, I'm going to want Rice and JJ. So it's a tough one. I'd say overall, the one I like the most would be the Hampton Igbuka JSN and JCM for CD and Hampton. Why? Because I think JSN and Hampton are close, and I think CD, I'll wait 4 weeks to have them over JCM. So I'm going to say the final answer, that's what I want if I'm picking one of them. I don't know what in the hell just happened there. Thank you for asking. They got 2 more super chats, one from Isaac, one from AK. Appreciate your $20 haulers. Then back to the top in order in which they're received. Should I trade Lamar? My team is Dak, May. Should I trade for Lamar? Dak, May, Bucky, K9. Yeah, I'd trade for Lamar. I think the hate on Lamar right now is football hate, not necessarily fantasy hate. The team trading Lamar needs running backs and is freaking out on Lamb and Neighbors. Okay, well, let's try and get Neighbors as well. So you trade him Dak unless he's good at quarterback. Dak and damn, man, K9. Let's get rid of K9. We got Bucky and Benson and then Harvey in the wings. Let's trade him. K9 scored 2 touchdowns. That'll be sellable. Dak, K9, and Tet. Will he take Tet? Adunze. You're gonna have to sell Adunze. He's hot. You can get rid of him. I don't think he's gonna take Tet, so it's gonna be K9, Adunze, and Dak. You might have to even throw in Kraft for Lamar and Neighbors. You try it. If not, it's Dak and Tet for Lamar. It's maybe J-Mo, maybe Adunze and Dak for Lamar. It's worth it. Either way, it's worth it. Go through that gauntlet of ideas, but that's where I'm at. Team is Goff, Henry. Thank you for the super chat, Isaac. Appreciate you.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Team is Goff, Henry, Connor, JSN, St. Brown, Sutton at flex. I got Benson, Cuff, and Mason for backup. Do I panic on Henry and after his 3rd consecutive fumble so far cost me 2 close games? I don't think I'm getting rid of him, AK, at a cheap cost or anything, but you got Benson and Henry. That's great. Goff is serviceable. JSN, St. Brown, fantastic, bro. Sutton's playing great. Mason's great. If you can start Mason, Benson, and Henry, then you're just kind of good. I think I'd probably sit on this team. Team's really good. If you can't use Benson, I don't mind the backup at all. But like, if you can start Mason with Benson and Henry, I'm probably leaving it as is. But if I can, I'm taking Mason and Sutton, and I'm going and getting a Nico, a Monra, something of that nature. And reaching high. Now, would like London and something be worth it? Maybe, but I'd also take Mason and go get Judkins straight up. If someone will do that, you could try Mason and Sutton for Judkins and a lad, like just in case they had like a player like that. I definitely am interested in training for Judkins and using some of that talent. Jefferson for Genty straight up. Of course, you take JJ and run. 1 and 2 been offered BTJ and JCM for Diggs and Chase Brown. I probably take BT. I probably keep Chase Brown. I don't think that's enough. Also have Rice. Forgot to mention. Okay. I'll move yours up here. Since you did 2 super chats here, and can't always catch that, but when I do, I try to take care of you. Rice, so you got Hurts, Lamb, Rice, Sutton, Golden, Bucky, Chuba, Tracy just traded CD and Jawan Johnson for BTJ, Judkins, and Pitts, and Hunter Henry as a top waiver wire. Thoughts? CD, Jawan. Love it. Love it, bro. Smash of a trade. Smash of a trade, Cody. Smitty approved. Got Rice in the wings. You turn your season around maybe right there. Great job, bro. Love the trade. Trade Gibbs and Hunter Henry for Kyron, BTJ, and Pickens. Woo. If you can use those wide receivers badly, Anthony, I Smitty approve it, I suppose. But at the same time, I don't know, man. It depends what your bench looks like. Like, if you're talking about sitting Ladd or something, I'd rather just keep Gibbs. But if you literally had scrubs and you're losing because of that, it's a different story. So I'd say only Smitty approve if you needed those players badly. 2 QB, my CD plus Genty for London and Hampton. I'd take the chance on London and Hampton for sure, bro, in that situation. No doubt about it. Missed my $10 super chat. Damien says, Damien, we hear this all night long. It's like the same old. It's the same old thing all day long, Damien. The same old story. Let's see. Let's see if Damien's the first. I don't know. Let's see if we can find Damien. No, Damien, you're still in queue. It's like I don't know how else to explain it. I need to put it on my forehead. It just needs to say there's a long line. There's a long line. This is now I know what it's like when I go up to the hostess and I'm like, "Hey, we've been waiting." And I really think I'm not being annoying when I say that to the hostess, and it's been a long time. Can you check and see if our table's ready? We've been waiting. And she's like, they've all been waiting. Everybody's been waiting. Turbo Ricky, thank you for the super chat. And Nero coming in with a $50 hauler, currently in the lead for the draft tomorrow night, bro. We got 3 spots we're giving away to the highest super chatters of the evening, and you're currently, I believe, in
Give me $50.
with your combined $70. You should be in pole position. So if you're good, don't leave the stream tonight until we figure out whether you won. Damien, let's get Damien's out of the way real quickly. Damien, Knicks, Chase Brown, Kyron, Benson, Monty, Tootin, Neighbors, Evans, Kraft, Evans, Hurt, Brown, not performing trade ideas, Sutton for Brown. I'd rather have Chase Brown than Sutton, honestly. I don't think I could trade that yet. I think Chase Brown's still going to get used. But would I trade him for Henry? Yes. So if I'm giving up like Evans and Chase Brown and Devontae Smith all for Henry, I'd probably do it. Kraft and Chase Brown for Henry, I'd probably do it. Chase Brown for Judkins, straight up, do it. Benson and maybe try and get something, I do it. Monty right now, Monty and Chase Brown for one better running back like Achane, do it. That's probably what I'm doing, bro. And Evans, I don't think you're going to trade Evans, but Evans and Monty for like a Nico or a St. Brown or something, sure, bro. Trade Monty on the high if you can, honestly. It's not that he can't keep doing well, but I'm selling him high. Have 3 offers, and I want you to know which you like best. Should I receive JSN and JCM for my CD and Hampton? So JCM and JSN for my CD and Hampton. I'm going to say no there because I like Hampton a little bit under JSN for sure, but not enough to just throw CD Lamb out the window. And I don't know what JCM is. No one does. Next trade is Amon-Ra and Kamara for Igbuka and Hampton. I don't trust Kamara in the Saints, to be honest. But that's not a bad trade, but it's not also a great. I'm just going to keep Igbuka and Hampton. And last trade is getting JJ and Rice for Hampton and Igbuka. You're 3-0, okay. So I guess I would say that if I was to do any of them, it would probably be this JJ Rice one. But at the same time, bro, I don't care if you're 3-0 or not. I don't know that this is the right move. Chad, am I right to just stand down on all these? If I was to give you the one I like the most, it would probably be this one. And I'd just say I like JJ and Rice. I love that Rice, you're 3-0. Rice could be a freaking monster for you, a top 5 to 7 wide receiver, and JJ's still top 5. So I guess if I was to do one, I would probably say this one. If you're 3-0. And I think the chat probably agrees with me, but chat, go ahead and step up and cast a vote, but I would probably take that one. If you want me to say one and you think you'll be fine at 3-0, I'm fine with it. 14, but it's not like a home run. None of them are home runs. They're all pretty even. 14-man 3-0. Thanks to you. Thank you, Ricky. Lamar, Saquon, Bill, Ollie, Marks, Keenan, Pickens, Hunter, Kelsey. Got offered Debo for my Hollywood and A.O. Manor. Do that trade immediately. Do I try and get more? No, just go get Hollywood. All right, I'm sorry, go get Debo for Hollywood and A.O. Manor. That's crazy. Do I try and get more? No, just take it. He got Henry, Buka, and Judkins too. I mean, I want you to do another trade, but I don't want you to ruin this one. So go get that and then revisit trade talks with him again. Hunting Buka since week 1. I know, bro, but don't miss out on a chance of getting this. He might back out. Just take Debo and run with it. If you've got to trade him Debo back again because he's one of those guys, you can. Other than that, man, it's like Saquon for Judkins and Buka after this trade. I'd consider that. Or Henry and Judkins for Saquon, like, you know, or Buka and Henry. Thank you, pal. Appreciate you. All right, back to the trade CD for Buka and Judkins. Yes, I would trade CD for Buka or Judkins 1-for-1. You're getting both of them. You're completely annihilating them into oblivion. Thank you for the super chat. All right, back to the top. Raul, appreciate your super chat. We're trying to crank through these. Trade my JCM for Pearsall and Garrett Wilson. I would take Pearsall. I would take Garrett Wilson. I like Pearsall a lot, but give me Garrett Wilson. My running backs. Doesn't even matter what your running backs are. I still do that trade. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Cameron, thank you for the super chat. Who would you send Juwan Johnson for to bolster? This is golden enough? No. Worried long-term should grip. Ladd, Judkins, Benson, Scattaboo, London. You're just shooting for the moon, bro. You're probably not going to get London, but you can try. Scattaboo, I said, Mason, you can try, but you probably won't get him. Monty, you can try, but you probably won't get him. Harvey, do it live. Those are just some ideas, man. JMO, if you needed a wide receiver, I think JMO's a good buy low. Flowers. What am I supposed to do with this team? 0-3. Caleb, Chase, London, AJB, T-Mac, Henry, Hendy, Benson, Tootin, Bowers. You sit on it. This is a really good, people would die to have this team, bro. You're 0-3. I bet you've faced a lot of high scores. I would definitely consider making sure you're covered on your backup quarterback situation, but I would certainly trade. Your running backs are fine. Your running backs are going to pull it together. Chase, London, AJB, and T-Mac. If you can start all 4 specifically, you're set, bro. Bowers, you're good. Tootin in the wings. I'm going to tell you to stand down. That's how much I like your team.
Alert. Stand down.
Does everybody raise your hand if you think this team is great? Not just good, but great. It's a great team, Nick. I think you got hit some bad luck. Trust the process, and if that team loses, bro, I don't know what to tell you. Like you did get a good. Yeah, you could trade Jamar Chase for like St. Brown, Puka, Nico if you want, like something like that, or Garrett Wilson and Judkins, or Judkins or Benson, or I forget if you have Benson, Judkins or Benson. If you have one of them, it's okay. One of those players with a wide receiver like Garrett Wilson. CT6 missed the one I said. I'm the first one I said I live the show. CT6, ask your question again. I don't know if you dropped one before the show started and it didn't like take or something, but please repost your question. Right, like do it like right now, and I'll answer it. Okay. Both losing records got sent off for Neighbors, JD5 Walker, JMO for my Bucky, Hampton May, Ted. So Neighbors, JD5 Walker, JMO. Wow, for Bucky, Hampton, May, and Tet. Jeez, I don't even know how to process this. Both losing records. Got sent this off. Neighbors, JD5, Walker. I mean, hopefully, if you have Charbonnet, it makes it more attractive. Walker, Neighbors. Damn, man. Hampton, Bucky. Chat, what do we like? What do we like on this? Which side of this do we like more? This is so tough. Neighbors, JD5, Walker, JMO for Bucky, Hampton, May, and Tet. Jeez, man. Hampton, Tet, Bucky side. I think I take a chance on Tet, Bucky, Hampton, May. It's close though, Thomas. I mean, damn, the chat's kind of divided, but I think that's where they're leaning as well. Trade my ETN and Waddle to get Mahomes and either Debo or Keenan Allen. I would probably take Debo over Keenan Allen slightly, but I like both of them, either one with Mahomes. I think that's pretty good. I mean, I do think ETN's solid, but I don't know if you don't have Tootin, it is hard. Other suggestions would be JCM and Tet, JCM and Hunter. Yeah, you probably got to get a wide receiver somehow. Well, I mean, if you get Debo, I'm feeling really good. Keenan Allen I like, but I think he could drop off too. So, and if you could get Ladd McConkey, if you're getting Debo, get Ladd McConkey and bank on the drop off. JCM for Ladd. Then I think you're all squared away, bro. And then you just sit back and let it happen, my boy. Do it live. Appreciate you. 10-man, need your help, Smitty. Herbert, Kamara, Genty, Hampton, Sharps, Neighbors. Try Genty for Judkins and something. We've seen it happen several times. Or Benson and something for Genty. Try that. Buka Kraft. Love the rest of your team. Fannin. I bank on Fannin and trade Kraft and let's call it go to the Walker owner, trade Sharps and Kraft for something. Go to the ETN owner, trade Tootin and Kraft for something. Or I like Pickens right now, so I'm probably not trading Pickens. Or maybe Genty with the Tootin for something to the ETN owner, and same thing, like I said, for the Walker owner. Like the squad though, there's a lot of promise there. 0-3, Murray, Genty, Pollard. Same advice to you, man. Genty for Judkins and something. Genty and Pollard for Judkins and something. Genty and Waddle for Judkins and something. Benson and something. Charbonnet to the Walker owner. If you can then upgrade Genty or upgrade London or upgrade Waddle or upgrade Worthy. Thank you for the super chat. Big shots. Appreciate you. Guys, subscribe if you're new. Hit that thumb up button on the way in and out of the door here. Smitty just traded AJB, Chase Brown, Buka for Achane and Lamb. I'd rather a Buka over Lamb, to be honest. I mean, once Lamb's back, maybe not, but given the lead you'll have, I mean, overall, I think the way that the value is going to be. And then it's Achane for Chase Brown and AJ Brown. You're 3-0. I'm fine with you making this trade, but I can't say that it's like a home run. I just think that like it could work out for you because you're 3-0. Once you have Lamb and Achane in your lineup versus AJB, Chase Brown, and Buka, you'll be fine. You'll be at least back to slightly ahead. But yeah, it might be tough sledding for the next couple of weeks, though. Expect at least like 2 L's. But not, you might pull it off. 10-man PPR, Knicks, Chase Brown, Gibbs, and Jigba, Metcalf, Debo, Bowers, Sutton. Make any trades. Love the team, bro, with Judkins and Gibbs, and then maybe you're trading Chase Brown for a wide receiver like Nico or St. Brown, and you're giving up a potential Sutton. Let's see if Mixon's got any value. Who cares about Mixon? Sutton, Metcalf, Chase Brown, 2 of those 3 players for like one bigger wide receiver monster, and put your trust in Judkins and Gibbs and let it ride, baby. Trying to see if someone's got a Harvey to throw in there so you have another like running back in the wings potentially, but you don't have to make a move either right now. I think making the wrong move for you, you just let it ferment on the bench and then you can trade later. Trying for wide receiver, he has Buka, BTJ, Odunze, Puka with Chuba, Swift. I have Evans, Sutton, Keenan Allen. Okay. Keeping Kyron, keeping Bijan, keeping Benson, to be honest with you. McBride's tradable, Keenan Allen's tradable, Sutton's tradable. And so I'm probably trying to go get Buka using Keenan Allen and Sutton, using Evans and Sutton, Evans and Keenan Allen, McBride and Sutton for Buka and something. Would I take BTJ and Buka for any 2 combinations of those guys, or maybe even 3? Potentially. You know, like Sutton, Keenan Allen, and A.O. Manor for, you know, or Evans, Sutton, and Keenan for BTJ and Buka, or again, 2 of them for Buka, or just trading, let's say, Keenan Allen for BTJ and you take a gamble on that 1-for-1. Like, that's still okay to do. There's some upside there. 0-3, Dak, Connor, Hampton, Lamb, Higgins, Kelsey, Benson, Mason, Ridley. Anything I can do, or am I screwed? Let's see here. You got Benson with Connor, so smart work there. Hampton, Lamb. You're going to try and have to trade Lamb for like BTJ and, you know, like try and trade Lamb for Judkins, but get something like Ladd. Ladd would be a really good find for you right now. Higgins for Ladd and something. Higgins for Ladd straight up. Lamb for Judkins. You just do 2 of those trades like that, AK. I guess take it baby steps. Do one of those moves. You can't solve it all in one trade. So just make sure you're getting like value, like Lamb for Judkins, something like that, and then we move on. Try and get a little more if you can. Looking to sell high on Andrews. Any ideas? Certainly would. Andrews and Chase Brown for a slight running back upgrade. Andrews and Brees for a slight running back upgrade. Olave and Andrews for slight wide receiver upgrade. Maybe you get BTJ and take a gamble. Something like that, my boy. But definitely just throw him in as an accoutrement and try and see if you can move something up. Smitty, I'm 3-0, but I'm screwed for a few weeks. Lamar, Benson, JCM, Hendy. So Hendy and Benson and Lamar's fine. ETN's great, bro, but you're going to probably want to trade him if you don't have Tootin. Vincent, thank you for the $1 hauler. Appreciate you. It was empty, but I appreciate you dropping it nonetheless. Thank you, pal. I think, you're probably looking at trying to get rid of, unless you can get your hands on where are we at? ETN. So unless you have Tootin, so I'm probably trying to trade ETN to the Tootin owner, and I'm trying to upgrade JCM. I'm trying to upgrade maybe Garrett Wilson slightly, maybe Rice straight up for a BTJ. Or, I'm sorry, maybe BTJ or Rice straight up for Rice and ETN for a Nico or higher. That's a lot to give, but if you need to make a move now. Or you trade Laporta. That might be your way. Trust Fannin and trade Laporta and ETN for 1 running back or 1 wide receiver. And I'm talking like Nico Collins-esque. Or trade Laporta and something smaller for Judkins or a Benson-type player. How do you feel about Ibuka's target share so far? And do you see it happening when Godwin's set to return? Well, given that Evans is out, like things are only going up even if Godwin is good. But, bro, Godwin's going to take forever to get to form. And even so, like things are better for Ibuka with Godwin injured, coming back from injury Godwin, than it was with Evans. So, like, things are only going up. Ibuka is going to the freaking outside the solar system. Should I trade for CMC and give Bucky and Rice, then trade CMC for something more? I think you're thinking too many moves ahead, because what if no one gives you what you want for CMC? But Bucky and Rice is a lot to give up. I probably would say no, because that's what I want to get in return once you go to try and flip it. Like, that's a lot. When Rice comes back, that's a top 5 to 7 wide receiver, bro. And Bucky's a top 5 running back. So I think that's the right package for CMC anyway. Neighbors and for Rice and Judkins, if I agree to this trade, I can keep Neighbors. Yes, I think we already answered this one. Yes, that's a home run. If you can keep them, bro. That's crazy. I started 0-3. I can survive without Lamb, Lamar, Debo, MHJ, Waddle, Manor, Bucky, Mason, Benson, Harvey. I love that you got Benson and Bucky. And I'm just going to trade. I'm going to try and trade Sharps to the Walker owner and give them MHJ for a slight MHJ upgrade. Or MHJ and Waddle for a slight wide receiver upgrade. Or, I think I just said Charbonnet to the Walker owner. Mason and MHJ for one bigger monster. Jason, appreciate you. Okay, currently 2-1. Team is 12. Super Dynasty, Superflex and Dynasty. Darnold, Achane, Mason, Henry. Mason and Darnold for a quarterback upgrade. Go get Mahomes while he's not scoring well. Lamb. God, you're waiting. It's Dynasty, though, right? So you can't trade Lamb on the cheap. I'm getting rid of Adams on the high right now. Adams and maybe Mason for one player. I'd probably buy low on Genty right now because Genty's probably cheaper than he should be. Keenan Allen, Adams, Mason, like a combo of that for Genty in a Dynasty. Dynasty is definitely where... and Harvey, I'd go get Harvey, cheaply as well. Port room is Genty. Running back room is Genty, Kyron, Warren, Javonte, and Judkins. Who should I trade away for a better wide receiver to? Worthy pitch one. I don't know, man. It's Kyron, Genty, Javonte. Judkins and Kyron are your running back stable. I mean, I'm interested in trading Genty for Judkins straight up. I'm interested in doing it for Judkins and something if I can. Benson and something. And I'm also interested in trading Genty for like Garrett Wilson or a wide receiver straight up, and then trading Javonte for a wide receiver straight up, and then rolling with Judkins and Kyron, And if you got to throw in Jaylen Warren, you throw it in. But definitely feel like you can get a couple Garrett Wilson type players, but make sure you're reaching for Garrett Wilson or higher. JD5, Gibbs, Achane, Adam, Myers, Laporta, DJ Moore, Packers. We need to make an adjustment. 2-1. Your running backs are fantastic. I don't know that you have much to trade. I'm not trading Gibbs, not trading Achane. You can't really trade anything. You're going to have to stand down unless you can move. Yeah, you can't even move JD5 right now. This is a total hold. There's nothing to really move. You didn't give me enough names anyway, but this is a very thin team without a lot of maneuverability. So I'm not moving anything from that squad. It's just going to tear down the core of your team. It's a good team. Want to trade trash cans, T. Higgins, and London. What can I get for them? Try Knicks, JCM, or Amon-Ra and Benson. Could throw in Kraft as well. I'm trading T. Higgins and London for I'm trading either one, obviously, for Judkins or Benson. I'd try and trade T. Higgins and something for Benson, and London straight up for Judkins, for Garrett Wilson straight up. Both of them for Nico Collins or St. Brown or a running back at that caliber as well, Achane-ish player. That's where I'm taking that. I don't know anything else in that area too. There's other players, but 0-3 QB. Thank you for the super chat. Daniel Jones. Running backs are Saquon, JCM, Judkins, Harvey. Wide receivers London, BTJ, Judy, and Rice. Love Rice and Fannin. Any moves to make? Because you've got Fannin, I still try and trade Kittle right now. You're 0-3. You can't wait on him anyway. So Kittle and London for one big monster wide receiver. Keep BTJ on the upside. There's good upside. It's risky, whatever. Rice and Kittle for one monster player. Kittle and Rice for Judkins and a wide receiver. Go to the lad owner and see what you could trade. Like Kittle for Lad and something. Try and get Benson or... Do you have Benson? Try and get Benson or Judkins with a player like Lad. Harvey and a player like Garrett Wilson for Kittle and something. Rice for Judkins straight up. Kittle for Judkins straight up. Rice for... I want Lad and something. I'm not trading Rice for Lad straight up, but I definitely trade like Rice for... I think JJ's attainable using like London and Kittle for JJ and something. I'd probably start there, Tone. You're going to have to take baby steps with that team as well. There's just a lot of moves you got to make. It's not just one move. Who could I get for BTJ in London? I don't want them. BTJ in London, again, same ideas of Judkins for either one of them straight up would actually work. Try and get more if you can in a 2-for-1. Benson in something, but I want to get something else because you can. Chase Brown on the cheap, but he comes with a risk as well. Both of them for a JJ and maybe something small. JJ's very tradable, both of them for Henry straight up right now, and maybe some Lad McConkey type wide receiver or something. We selling Derrick Henry. I think I'm buying him more than I'm selling him, but I also think it just depends, man. But there's risk involved, but because you're buying him lower than the draft value, the risk is baked in. Whereas I didn't want to draft him as high as everybody was drafting him, but I like the new value. Is Zay a dud tonight? Was a fluke? It's more of a fluke than anything, but this is what Lamar does do, is he rotates his wide receivers. Smith Myers over Zay. I still like Zay over those guys. I mean, Zay had 2 great weeks in a row before this week, so this is how we can't be overreactive Rodgers on 1 week. Henry and Hendy for Chase Brown and Garrett Wilson. I'd rather have Hendy and Henry, to be honest with you, my boy, but it's a great question. I'm sure other people have very similar ideas going through their heads, so I would definitely hold on that. Which 2 running backs and 2 wide receivers do I start this week? Genti Chuba, Scat, Benson, and Nico Buka. So it's Nico Buka. Come on. I mean, that's easy. And then you're probably going with J-Mo. You can't not start J-Mo. And the 2 running backs you're going to go with are going to be Benson and probably Chuba for safety. But I don't blame you. Trade Genti now so you don't have to make that decision each week, because that will probably frustrate you. This one here is from Brandon. Would you trade May, Pickens, Dobbins, and Mooney for Scat, Buka, and J-Mo Williams and Love? And Love, I have Hurts. It's a lot. It's a handful here. Trade May, Pickens, Dobbins, and Mooney. Yes, I would make that trade. Get Buka, J-Mo Williams for sure. Absolutely. Thank you very much for the super chat. Appreciate you. I'm going through these as fast as I can, guys. Every 3 that I answer, 4 more come in. So it's like I'm behind, but I'm getting there. I have an offer, Kelsey for Debo and Kyle Pitts, I think you mean. But Kelsey for Debo and Kyle Pitts. I'd take Debo. First of all, I'd take Debo straight up. Oh, man. You're getting... I mean, I'm not that Kyle Pitts is a huge throw-in, but, I mean, come on. 1 and 2 record. Fields, Henry, Chase Brown, Hendy, Igbuka, Tyler Warren. What moves can you make? Nico for CD on the table. I have Nico for CD. I'd take Nico in a heartbeat over CD, bro. You smashed that trade. That's the only thing I want you to do right now, other than maybe try and trade Chase Brown. And I don't know. You could. I don't know what you'd move. Henry and Hendy is fine right now. Chase Brown, I think you make that trade, and I really like your team. So I think do the trade, get Nico, do it live, smash. Hurts, Baker, Bijan, Bucky, Mason, great running back stable. Benson, wow. London, Buka, Johnston, Horton, Rice waiting in the wings. Like this team a lot. Unless I'm trading like Addison and London for a slight, Nico or something like that. And I'd certainly give up Quentin Johnston too. Addison, Quentin Johnston, London, whatever I got to do. I'd even give Rice and London for a elite top Puka, type player. Mason and London for an elite JJ. That might be the move to make. And honestly, Bijan, Bucky, Benson, those are your 3 running backs. So I think I would go wide receiver shopping with Mason and London, Mason and Johnston, just because you can throw Benson into the 3rd spot. So you're good to go in making that trade. Drop Travis Hunter for Judkins. I mean, what more do I got to do? What more do I got to do when we say top 10 out of 10 of being the best pickup of the year? What do I got to say when we have Judkins circled on the top of the waiver board? So, of course, you make this trade. This is league winning, this swap. I mean, I try and keep Hunter and cut somebody else. Cut your kicker and then try and make some sort of trade. Because I think Hunter will come around at some point. But if in a vacuum, you take Judkins. It's not even close. Benson's available. You pick him up too. So you have to pick up Benson and Judkins and put it in so that if you miss one, you're getting the other. But put in so you can get both of them. You got to put drops in. And Henry over Jawan over Henry. That's probably the easiest question I've got all night. Ricky Turbo, you're currently in, I think, 2nd place at least, if not 1st place for the league. So hopefully you can draft tomorrow night, my boy.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Thank you very much for the super chat. 0-3 with this team. 10-man. Just got Herbo. Had Dak and Kyler and Jacobs for my Hampton. I'd rather have Hampton over Jacobs. But I mean, if you're doing this swap, I guess I don't know. Maybe it's in the trade. Got him in London for my Kyler, Mason, Pearsall. Okay, team is Herbo, Achane, Jacobs, Genty, Chase Brown, Tootin, Sharps, Buka, BTJ, London. It's a great team. Rice, fantastic squad, bro. I don't even know if you're making many moves other than Genty for Judkins. Try and get something else. Love this team. Team's fantastic. You're in the money, bro. Also, Ricky, go to my thefantasyfootballshow.com. Email me through the contact form and put a number between 0 and 1,000 and make it a unique number that no one else would guess. Email it to me right now, and then I'll send you the link tonight to be in the league. We draft tomorrow night at midnight Eastern. Hopefully you can make that. If not, let me know now so that I can still give the spot away to somebody else. But I appreciate you for dropping that super chat that puts you in pole position. QBs are Love, Murray, Prescott. Running backs are Bijan, JT, Hampton, Scattaboo, Nice, St. Brown, Marvin Harrison Jr., Adams, Debo. You don't even need Marvin Harrison Jr. You're like, whatever, I'll just put him on the bench. What else do I need? Tootin, Ale Manor, Godwin, and waivers. Go get Tootin and do it now. Like I scream this so much. League winners, do it live, do it now. Drop somebody. Who do you drop? Probably one of your backup tight ends. And then as far as like a trade, maybe you open up a spot doing a trade like MHJ and Scattaboo for just a slight upgrade. Judkins, BTJ, or someone might say Scattaboo over BTJ. So maybe go a little higher than that. Garrett Wilson. MHJ Scattaboo for Garrett Wilson for a slight wide receiver like that. That's what I would do, Vincent. But go get Tootin, do it now, do it live. Do not leave him out there. Make sure Benson's not out there, etc., etc. I think you skipped my super chat, bro. I did not. I think I already answered it. So thank you for reminding me. It's amazing how many people will tell me I skipped their super chat in one show. I rely on my chat politely to tell everybody that he's getting to it. I think it was the 85 Gibbs, Achane, Adams, Myers, Laporta. Yeah, it's the one I just attacked. Amazing. I'm trying my best. I'm doing, as my mom used to scream at me, I'm doing the best I can. Jordan, 12-team 0-3. Knicks, Bijan, ETN, CD, Sutton, Pickens, bench. RJ Harvey, Quentin Johnson, Tootin, Sharps, Penix. Do I trade CD for BTJ? I think you need a little more, but I don't mind making that trade. I just want something else. They got to have like a Harvey-type player that they can throw in, and then I'm down. Dynasty, 2-1. I got to remember this is Dynasty. Mahomes, Fields, Bucky, JT, Mason. Love the team. Garrett Wilson, Adunze, Pickens, Worthy. I'm trading Worthy and maybe Worthy and Mason right now for one player, bro. Genty. BTJ, I'm still buying the hell out of in Dynasty, bro. So give me BTJ over that combo. I love Mason, but what kind of long-term value does he have? Worthy, I don't know if he'll stay healthy. Give me BTJ. Give me Garrett Wilson. Give me players like that. Give me Genty. Give me Hendy. Give me Hampton. Give me Harvey and something for Worthy, or Harvey and something for Mason. Definitely my cup of tea. Those type of trades in Dynasty. Definitely attacking. Appreciate you. Mad Dog, thank you for the super chat. Mad Dog says, what do you prefer, my CD and Genty for Debo and Henry, or CD and Genty? So Debo, Henry, or CD Genty for Chase Brown, and Buka, and Godwin. Give me, CD and Genty for Debo Henry. Debo Henry and do it live. I assume this is redraft. Second offer is go first offer. The guy is iffy. Second offer is a go. Okay, so you're gonna get. Okay, yeah, I want the CD Genty for Debo Henry. I want the Debo Henry. The other one, I don't think I make that trade. Chase Brown and Buka for CD Genty. Yeah, I do that one too. I take Ibuka, Chase Brown for CD Genty, assuming it's redraft. But I'd rather have the other one first, though. That one I like more. Somehow 2-1. Chase Brown, BTJ, Lamb. Lamb owner put him on the block. Should I trade Chase Brown and something for Lamb? Not in a redraft. Nope. Not doing it. I don't even know. I mean, BTJ for Lamb maybe because you're 2-1, but even that's like tough, because you got to wait it out. I guess I would do that, but I'm not going to trade Chase Brown that cheap. I just don't. If he was to give you something else, like you could get like a Benson or a Judkins out of it, somehow because they don't value him or something, then maybe. But that's a tough move, bro. Trade worthy for Krosky Merritt. Asking for more. I don't Krosky Merritt I like, but I want Tootin or Benson or one of those guys. I like Krosky Merritt, but Worthy and Krosky Merritt are very close in value. That one doesn't do much for me. Chase Brown for Hampton. Or no, Jamar Chase for Hampton, Sutton, Devontae Smith, or Myers. I would take probably Myers might be. I'd take Devontae Smith, I guess. Myers or Smith, either one. Sutton, Hampton. I would take that. I'd take Sutton, Hampton, absolutely. It's a good trade. Or Chase for Knicks, Ferguson, London. No thanks. I like the other one. Good trade. Appreciate you. Got offered a Buka and a Hendy for CD in the league. I'm 0-3. Buka and Hendy. I take Buka straight up for CD. I take Hendy straight up for CD. So, Cry, you're saving your season right here if you get both players. Trade McBride, Bucky, Chase Brown, Rice, Neighbors, Juwan. McBride and Bucky for Chase Brown, Rice, Neighbors, Juwan. Woo! Give me the Rice, Neighbors, Chase Brown side. But I can't say that that's tough because McBride and Bucky's fantastic, but that's a lot of talent. When Rice comes back, you're balling. So I like that trade. That's pretty good. Should I trade Chase Brown for House Call Hendy? I would, but try and get more right now because he's not really proven and locked in yet. Trade Genty, Terry for Henry. Absolutely take Derrick Henry for that. Thank you for the super chat. Bijan or BTJ for Pickens. I'd rather have BTJ long-term Pickens for the now, especially with Lamb out. But that's a close one, man. It's really, really close. Did you say Henry over Juwan? Juwan Johnson? Hunter Henry? If you're talking about Hunter, be specific if you say Henry in some sort of deal, because I would think you're saying Derrick Henry. No one's speaking about Hunter Henry as Henry, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I'd rather have Juwan Johnson over Hunter Henry, if in case that was like a bigger question earlier, is what I mean. 2-1, Allen, Kyron, Achane, Lamb, Rice, and Joku. Love this team. Thornton. Should I trade Lamb for BTJ and Judkins or Pearsall or Judkins? Lamb and for BT, I take Pearsall safer, but I'd take BTJ and Judkins, but I'd take either one for Lamb. That's a freaking home run. Home mother freaking run. Wouldn't you drop Sharps for Benson? Yes, but I'd try and keep Sharps. Scott, Tootin, Judkins, or just keep Sharps. I would drop my kicker and try and work on a trade. But yes, the answer is yes in a vacuum. I would, but I would try and work on a trade. Thank you for the super chat. And great beginnings. Wouldn't you drop? Oh, that's the one I just answered. This one's from Northwest, $20 hauler. Northwest, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you very, very much.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Thank you very much. 10-man, half PPR, Indiana Jones, Gibbs, Chase Brown, Marion Hampton, Tootin. Love the team. McMillan. Ibuka, Ladd, Tyler Warner, A.O. Manor. Where do I improve? Like the team a lot, honestly. Chase Brown, you got Hampton as your running back too. You could trade Chase Brown across position and probably do some damage. So maybe like Chase Brown and Ted McMillan for a Nico, a St. Brown, a Puka, something of that variety. If not, Chase Brown for Judkins straight up if you wanted to get crazy, or Judkins and something. Try and get something. You could throw A.O. Manor in to get that something. Tyler Warren, I probably keep, but I wouldn't be afraid to use Tyler Warren and let's say a freaking Ted McMillan to go get a monster wide receiver, or trade Chase Brown and Tyler Warren to go get some monster RB or monster wide receiver like JJ. Northwest, thank you very much for the super chat. Appreciate you very much. And JJ is one of the best buy lows. Derrick Henry's a great buy low. In 0.5 PPR, my JCM for Judkins, of course, and BTJ for JJ to someone. Yes, you do either one of those. Those are league winning moves. League winning. If someone gives you Judkins for JCM, you tell me about it. I want to play in that league and let me know when there's an opening next year. That's crazy, bro. Okay. Chase, Lamar, Bucky, Ted, 0-3. How? Sometimes it happens. Lost Connor, no Trey Benson. Can trade Chase. Tough schedule for Browning. For Walker, Igbuka. I would take Walker, Igbuka for Chase in a heartbeat. Or B, Hampton, Rome. I'd take that one too. I'd probably rather have, I think, Walker, Igbuka, but I'd take either one. Adunze has a tough schedule second half. Doesn't matter because they're throwing from behind. Adunze is just going to live in a game script that's benefiting him greatly, constantly. What moves to look at? 12-man, 2-1. Probably say, let's see here, running back Kyron, QB Allen, running back Kyron Hendy, Pacheco, Chubb, Jamar Wilson, Tet, Dobbs, Fannin. I don't know. This one's tough, man. Kyron Hendy, you're good at RB. Jamar, I'm probably trading Jamar for like, I'm trying to go down as low as I can, but still get something. So Jamar for Judkins and Garrett Wilson, Jamar for BTJ and Judkins, like something like that. Ted McMillan and you got Garrett Wilson already, but like a type player like that. Ted McMillan and damn, man, I don't think you can get rid of Pacheco or anything like that. Ted McMillan and I guess you use Warren, trust Fannin, use Warren and Ted McMillan for a top wide receiver or something like that. Whitehammer wants to get into the draft as well. Thank you very much, Simon, for the super chat. Whitehammer dropping the $100 hauler. So I believe you guys have to correct me if I'm wrong because I'm not going to be able to spitball all the top super chatters. But I believe that this guy did we get an okay from Ricky? Ricky, did you want in? I don't know if Ricky said he wanted in or not. Ricky says I can make it. Okay, Ricky, email me that number right now. And Hammer, I think. The White Hammer, you might be I think you might be $20 away from being the lead dog. And if you are, you all three are in. And then I don't know who is lingering around fourth place or not. But I'm going to lock you three in. So White Hammer, I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying $20 away and you're in. I think there was two other $100 total haulers. Maybe $110. So that's why I was saying 20. Looking to get into the draft. Does this get me there? Sorry, just got back from I don't know what that is. Thank you, Whitehammer. Appreciate you for the $100 hauler. So you're almost in. Appreciate you. But I will lock you in with another $20 super chat no matter what anybody else drops. I will make sure to secure that is done and locked and loaded. Thank you for the super chat. Travis, I see you're out there. Still appreciate you. Wish I could open up the phone lines right now, but I'm just so behind on these super chats. I'm trying my best to get through these. Skyward with a $20 hauler says, Goff, you're 0-3. Goff, Pollard, Brown, Evans, Nico, Pitts, Jacoby, Benches, Pearsall, Hendy, Godwin was offered ETN plus Coleman for Brown or Mason. ETN plus Coleman for Chase Brown. Goff, Pollard, Chase Brown. So Chase Brown, so ETN Coleman for Chase Brown or Mason. I would keep Chase Brown, honestly, over Mason. Some people might be shocked by that. Who here would rather have Chase Brown over Mason or Mason over Chase Brown? I have a feeling I'm just going to say Mason. And I'm okay with that. And I'm okay. Maybe a week from now, I don't want Chase Brown either. But I feel like he's been discredited, discounted a little bit too much. I think that Chase Brown is still pretty damn good, and I don't think he's trash after 1 week. I think the majority of people will say Mason. It looks like Mason's about 65%. Mason is good, though. Let's go with the chat. Let's go with the chat. Mason, Chase for me, Mason, Chase for me, Mason, Mason, Mason. It's about 70% Mason, 30% Chase Brown. So, you know, maybe the answer is this. Don't trade for ETN. Keep Chase Brown, keep Mason. Maybe I'm off on what you're offered, ETN for Chase Brown. Or Mason plus Hunter for Chase Brown. Okay. So you're getting Travis Hunter and Mason for Chase Brown. I would take that. I think that's what you're saying. I'd take that side. Sorry, Skyward. I had it backwards. So there you go. That even easier for us to answer because we're all kind of... Mason is the lean anyway from the chat, and you're getting... Not that Travis Hunter is somebody that we're excited about right now, but I will be. I think he does return. This secured me, Jared said. Jared, you're in. Jared, did you email me? Jared, did you emailed me already, Jared, right? You emailed me the 6 whatever number. So you're in. You're locked. I'll send you the email tonight. Should be one. Bro, you're in. You're in like Flynn. Jared's in. Jared, you're in. Thank you, Jared, for the $20 super chat.
Alert. Super chat alert.
White Hammer, you're in as well. This locks you in. I just need you to email me. Go to thefantasyfootballshow.com. Click on the contact form. Scroll to the bottom. Click contact. Send me a number between 0 and 1,000. Then come back in and paste that number in the live chat. And then I'll know that it's you. And I'll send you the link after the show's over. It won't be during the show. The Venge is a game. YouTube super chat is terrible on phone. Sorry, bro. So go to my thefantasyfootballshow.com contact form, a unique number that no one can guess from 0 to 1,000, and then come back and tell me the number, please. Okay. Jacob, appreciate you with the $20 hauler. You're the man, the myth, the legend.
Alert. Super chat alert.
I need an email from all of you. This is from Turbo. Turbo, is that you? Turbo, tell me what your number you put in, bro. Smitty, thanks for telling me to accept Bill and Ibuka in return for BTJ. How do I improve more? So great job on the Buka trade, Jacob. He's fantastic, and he's only going up from here. So great job. Bill, excellent job. Excellent job. He's only going up from here, my boy. Genty. So Genty for Judkins and something. And maybe you're trading like JMO and Genty for Judkins and a player like Ladd, or even a little higher than that. You know what I mean? Or Flowers and Genty for like Judkins, or Genty for Benson and a player. But I'm definitely interested in trading Genty for Judkins right now. I'd also go get Henry using Genty and Flowers or Genty and JMO if that's at all possible. And I wouldn't be afraid to use McBride, put Strange, and use McBride to go get, you know, if you're trading away, let's say Bill and or JMO with McBride to go get like a Nico, a St. Brown, etc. Jacob, that's how I would probably try and improve your team that you have right now. Appreciate you very much, my boy. Ricky says 4-1. Ricky, that's what I got. So Ricky, I'll send you the link soon. Okay. Thank you, Ricky. And then I just need what's the guy's name? I need White Hammer. I need you to send me that number from 0 to 1,000, my boy. Appreciate you very much. Ian with the super chat. Ian, 1 and 2, 10 teams, Superflex. I feel like I need to make a move. Allen, Fields, T. Law, Kyron, Benson, Hendy, Harvey, Tootin, Nico, AJB, Debo, Rice, Reed, Fannin, Ingram. I'm probably selling high on Devontae Smith and AJB if I can. I love Kyron and Benson. Hendy, love that. Maybe Tootin to the ETN owner with AJB to get one wide receiver upgrade, or Devontae Smith to get 1 wide receiver upgrade. AJB and Devontae Smith for 1 wide receiver. So we're talking about like Nico, St. Brown, etc. Can you trade, let's say, Benson for Henry? Look, I would do that. Benson for Henry if you give up like Devontae Smith. Or what about AJB and Benson for Gibbs? You could try. Maybe Benson doesn't get that kind of value. Kyron and AJB for Gibbs and something. Judkins using AJB for Judkins. I do that straight up. That's probably one I'm going to recommend tonight in the show. AJB to Judkins. That would be good. I'm definitely trading out of AJB. Dynasty team is Josh Allen, CMC, Quinshon Judkins, Mason, Benson. Now, if you can win money, you can try to ride the CMC thing out, but I'm definitely trading them on the high. But people aren't very, keen on drafting or trading for CMC in Dynasty. So I think you just got to ride the wave out, unless you can get Genty in something, or Judkins in something. Let's see here, Ted Pickens. Do I move off of any of them for picks? If you can win money, I say, you go get the cash money. Everybody's playing for second place when they trade too much, for the future, and you can win now. And your team definitely could win now. I mean, Puka, Buka, Pickens, Ted. I mean, your team's great. But Benson, love it. Quinshon Judkins, love it. So CMC for, could you get Genty in something? Could you get Genty straight up for CMC? Is it worth the risk? I mean, maybe just, if you can win money, bro, I'd probably hold off and just get first place. You got enough talent there, but if I could get Genty for CMC in something, I probably would consider it in a dynasty. Dynasty is completely different, but there's also something to just winning the money, bro. White Hammer, I see the number. Thank you very much, and I will send you an email after tonight's show. Okay, so just hang tight. I probably won't do it until the show's over when I have time. All right, White Hammer, appreciate you, my boy. So I think we got. Does anybody else think that they've got a total that might put them in? I might have a 4 spot, but right now it's 3. If anybody thinks they might have a total that equals what everyone else has dropped, or you need a little bit more, I might have one more spot to divvy out. So, if anybody's interested.
Super chat alert.
Javi, appreciate you with the $20 holler. Hey, Smitty, JD5 Fields picked up Browning, who gave me nothing. Wide receivers, Garrett Wilson, London, Rice, Worthy, Kyron Hendy, JCM, Harvey. It's a squad. Put a bid on Benson. Great. Are you cooked? If you get Benson, you're not cooked. You hope you put a full low drop every single dollar you have on Benson. I hope you're not thinking you're going to just nickel and dime. Who else is going to be available that's this good? You better put a full bid on Benson. And if it's waiver order, good luck if you don't have the 1 or 2 overall slot. Damn, man. Hendy Kyron's fantastic. Harvey in the wings. Love it. Love it. London, Garrett Wilson, Rice is pretty solid. Worthy, I'm trading Worthy and London, and I don't know that there's much you can do here, bro. London for, geez, man. You're waiting on Rice. Worthy and London for a slight wide receiver upgrade. London for Judkins if you're, crazy enough and can put 3 running backs in. I do that, bro. I just don't know what you would do at wide receiver here, I suppose. QJ, I guess you put him in for now. QJ, Worthy should be back this week, we think. But I'm trading Worthy for Ladd. Ladd would be a good wide receiver piece for you. London for Judkins, Worthy for Ladd. Kind of musical chairs there, but I think that could work, bro. That would be a really, really solid move. I'm cooked. No, you're not. You're not cooked, bro. You're good. Zay for Judkins, of course, man. Of course, I have JSN, Buka, Bucky. Yes, of course you do that. I don't care what you have. You do it, and then if you can flip it, you flip it. Full PPR trade, Jamar Chase and Hampton for JT and Olave. No. I like Hampton. Look, I like JT a ton, but I like Hampton and Jamar. Come on. You can't. That's way too much. Way too much. Wolf says, getting laughed at for trading MHJ, JCM, and Scatterboo for Jefferson. 0-3. Why are you getting laughed at for that? Why would anybody laugh at you for trading for Jefferson? I don't like Wolfman. Let me just make this abundantly clear. They're laughing because they're jealous. Can somebody in the chat tell me whether on a scale of 1 to 10, Nero's got the next spot? Nero, email me, Nero, go to thefantasyfootballshow.com, click on the contact form, and send me a number between 0 and 1,000. Nero, you're getting the next spot. Okay, you got it. I got 4 spots to give out, so you're easily in the mix. May even have one more. I can't guarantee it. I'll have to look. But Nero, you're in. Just email me a number between 0 and 1,000. Go to thefantasyfootballshow.com and then come back and tell me what number you put in there. Can I get a chat vote between 1 and 10? 10 being amazing, 1 or 0 being the worst. Let me see how many spots I have in the league. Hold on. I'm pretty sure the highest super chat was 120 was getting in. Was the highest super chat. Let me see how many spots we have left. I got to send out, let's see, Wild Wild West. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I definitely have enough. I have enough. Yeah, so another one. Anybody drops 120 can get in. Did Nero have enough? Nero, did you have enough? Travis, you saying you had the name wrong? No, Nero. Oh, Nero. Yeah, Nero almost had enough. What is the other name? I'm sorry, I don't understand. Travis, what was the other name? Travis, that guy that you're talking about, G. Treg, he dropped a $5 hauler. So he's not... Greg, you don't have the highest super chat of the night. Sorry. Oh, Greg was asking how much. So 120 was the highest. I already gave the spot to Nero, but we have one more for it would be the 120 would be the highest super chat of the guys that have not already won it. Okay, Wolfman says getting laughed at. Can I get a vote real quick? Let's get back on track. 10 is amazing, 0 is horrible trade. Can you guys please vote? 10 being amazing trade, 0 being horrible. You trade MHJ, JCM, and Scataboo for JJ. Please vote for Wolfman so Wolfman knows that he made an amazing trade. That's ridiculous. Your league is jealous you pulled it off. You may have saved your season, bro. You may have saved your season. I'm not saying JJ doesn't come with his question marks right now, but that was a fantastic trade. A 5. Come on, Michael. Well, Michael, do you have Scataboo? Is that why you're saying that? We all have Scataboo, but you could at least vote objectively. Please, anybody voting under 7, you might want to go get some sun. I don't think you've been outside for a few years. Cam Scataboo for Baker. I have Kyler. I think I guess I'd be okay with this, but I like Scataboo more. But I understand not wanting Kyler. But Kyler's got upside, I suppose. But yeah, traded Chase for London Benson. How do you do? I love that trade. Honestly, I'd take a gamble on London, given you're getting Benson. Did I make a trade? I mean, you just did. That was a good one. Kittle, maybe. Kittle for wide receiver, running back. Kittle for Judkins. Kittle for, Garrett Wilson. Kittle for a player like that is definitely also a move I would make. I'm not waiting on Kittle if I need wins. Do I trade May, Pickens, Dobbins, Mooney to get Buka, Scat, Love, Javonte Williams? I have Hurts. Do I trade May, Pickens, Dobbins, Mooney to get Buka? Yes, you absolutely do make that trade. 100%. 100%. What do I do? 0-3, Patty, Bucky, Hendy, Tootin, Sharps, Gordon, JJ, Ladd, DK, Hunter, JMO, Fannin. Kind of panicking over here. I like your running backs. They're coming together, so be patient. Ladd, JJ, I'm fine with this team, bro. Consolidate if you can. JMO, DK, and Sharps. Go to the Walker owner. See if you can get one player. Take Tootin and keep Ladd and JJ. Take Tootin and JMO or Tootin and DK over to the ETN owner. See if you can leverage that with those two owners. Start there. That's where you got to start. Baby steps, baby steps, baby steps. Appreciate you. Okay. Uber, appreciate you. 1 and 2, 10 team PPR. Sharps, Harvey, Henderson, Rice, JMO. Any trades for Lamb and Chase Brown situation? Lamb for Judkins, Lamb for Garrett Wilson and Benson, Lamb for Benson and a player, Lamb for Judkins and a player, Lamb and maybe I would probably say, man, Chase Brown for Judkins straight up. If you wanted to get kind of crazy, I'm fine with that. Walker and maybe man, Henderson needs to get in your lineup. So maybe you're trading Walker. And keep Chase Brown and Hendy. You're trading Walker for Judkins, Walker for Garrett Wilson, Walker, and maybe JMO for a wide receiver. Walker for London. Lamb for London. And I've seen people get Benson and Lamb, or Judkins and Lamb Lamb for London and Benson, London and Judkins. Like go in those directions and see if you can try and leverage that way. Very good. You're going to have a good team. You'll be fine. Got Benson for Pollard straight up. That's crazy. Absolute smash. Caleb or Fields rest of season. Probably Caleb for right now until we know Fields has a job. But, technically need one for the bye week. I mean, I think Fields has a chance of being removed or not given the job back. But if they don't give him the job back, he'll get it back quickly. Good evening, Smitty. Trade away Josh Allen and Kamara and Ladd for JT Flowers. I'd take JT and Flowers probably, but that's tough, man. Josh Allen, Kamara. It depends on your quarterback. I don't know who your quarterback would be, but I guess it would depend on your quarterback situation. I can't believe your league was laughing at you, Wolfman. You saw the votes, bro. Everyone thinks you crushed it. 0-3, should I trade Chase for Chase or Bowers for another running back piece? I'd trade Chase for Judkins and something, Benson and something, but I'm seeing people get Lamb. London or Lamb. They get Lamb and Benson or Lamb and Judkins for Chase, and then they can wait on Lamb, and then I'm fine with that. I'm not doing it for Lamb straight up because you're waiting, but if you get that player, that makes a big, big, big difference. Backup running backs are okay. So take Tootin to the ETN owner and see if you can maybe upgrade Pickens or Olave, or trade Bowers for. I mean, I like Henry right now. Chase for Henry. Chase and Olave for Henry and something. I know you got Ladd, but like something like that. Ladd's a fantastic go get, honestly, for anybody else. London, Mason, Tootin, May for Daniels, BTJ Hall. Give me, man, that's tough, but I'd say Daniels, BTJ Hall. I mean, anything can happen, but that's the side I like better right now, at least. Travis, thank you for the $5 hauler. Play in another league where we play a median. I'm 3-3. Have CD. Should I just hold Igbuka, Nico, Keenan at wide receivers? HN. I mean, I'm holding if versus selling low, but like I said, we're seeing people get Benson or Judkins with the wide receiver. So if you could get Judkins and Ladd for CD, I would do that kind of trade. If you could do, K9 upgraded into Henry, so like CD and K9 for Henry and something like a Ladd McConkey type player or Harvey, or just get something. I do that. I definitely don't want to wait on CD Lamb. That's hard to wait 4 weeks, and it might be longer. 0-3, 10-man redraft, full PPR. Hurts, Bucky, White, Walker, Sharps, Swift, Tootin, Neighbors, Pearsall, Shaheed, Franklin, Worthy, Fannin, and Njoku. Any moves? I'm trading Walker and Sharps, to be honest. I'm trading Swift if I can. I think Pearsall and the 2 running backs should go up and get you a St. Brown and Nico, a player of that caliber. I'd trade Walker and Sharps for Judkins and something, straight up, to be honest. Benson and something. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. Dynasty 2-1. Fields, Trevor, Stafford. Should I trade Henry and my 27 first for Baker and Benson? Lost. Lamb, have Rice, Worthy. I don't know, bro. Henry and 21st for Baker and Benson. I don't know about that one. Look, probably. Yeah, I probably would. That's a tough one. If you can't win, though, but if you can win, Henry should help you win. But Henry's going to be worth very little very soon. In the 27 first, I'd trade, if it's a mid pick, I'd trade that for Benson straight up. So Baker, Henry, it's tough. Chat, would you do that in Dynasty? Would you take Benson and Baker for Henry in a 27 first rounder? Still have Bijan, Bucky. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. Benson's pretty solid, but it's risky. I mean, you're giving up a first rounder, bro. It's risky. Should I trade Hampton, Godwin, Addison, and Sutton for JJ, Buka, and Swift? Hampton, Godwin, Addison, Sutton for JJ. Yes, I would definitely take that. Then I try and flip Swift. You know, definitely. As soon as I get him, I flip him. Flip him, and I do it live. Hurts, Bucky, Genty, Garrett Wilson, Pickens, J-Mo, Smith. Guy has Hendy and Tootin on his bench, and he needs wide receivers. So Hendy and Tootin. Devontae Smith and Pittman for Hendy. J-Mo and Devontae Smith. I give many of those combos. Worthy and Smith, Worthy and Pittman. I mean, Hurts, Genty, Hendy. Genty for Hendy. I'd probably take Hendy, man. Straight up. Hendy and Tootin. Get Hendy and Tootin for Genty, maybe. Otherwise, you know, the other suggestions work too, but that would be pretty good. That'd be a pretty good combination. Trade London for Judkins straight up, definitely. Or trade London and Kraft for Neighbors or Nico. I would definitely take Neighbors, I think, overall, and then Nico. But I like all 3 of those ideas. But Neighbors, Nico, then Judkins in that order. Nico, Neighbors, or Judkins in that. Yeah, so Nico, Neighbors, Neighbors, Nico, Judkins in that order. Puka Wilson. Okay, so that's the order that I would do that trade in. Thank you very much. 2-1. Pick up Benson, JCM, or Scatman. I mean, what do you think my answer is? What do you think my answer is, Chief? Right here, pal. And not to mention this that we keep pressing all show long. I mean, so, but to order this, I would say that the answer is definitely Benson, Scatman, JCM, but Benson by a country mile. Frankie, thank you for the blank $2 hauler. Appreciate you dropping the super chat. I don't know if you ended up dropping another one later or something, but you got to put the message in there. Pick up Benson, JCM, Scatman. Thanks again for that super chat. This one here. Hey, Smitty, should I trade Chase Brown for Quinshon Judkins? I would definitely take Judkins straight up, as we said all show long, or Mike Evans and Chase Brown for Trey Benson. I don't give up both of those. Mike Evans and Chase Brown for Trey Benson. Judkins is worth more than Trey Benson. You're giving it. Yeah, I would do the Judkins trade for Chase Brown alone, because I like Judkins more than I like Benson, but I like both of them. I love both of them. Thank you, Tariq. Appreciate your super chat. Nathan, thank you for the super chat. 2-1. Allen, Kyron, Achane, Lamb, Rice, Njoku, Dobbs, Kraft, Gordon, Thornton, Booty, Tootin. Should I trade Lamb for BTJ and Judkins or Pearsall for Judkins or Pearsall and Judkins? Sorry, Lamb for BTJ and Judkins or Pearsall. I'd take BTJ and Judkins, and the second one I would take as well, but I'd take BTJ and Judkins first. I think you asked me that already, or somebody did. 100% doing that. PC says I missed the super chat. PC, I didn't. You were the most recent super chat. You just super chatted. Here's your Smitty. You missed it, and then your one right above it's right here waiting. Like, you just super chatted that. like the most recent one. Thank you for waiting though. I'll be right with you. 10-man, 0.5 PPR. Mahomes, London, McMillan, Williams, Connor, Ferguson, Igbuka. Like, you were literally the back-to-back super chats. I appreciate it. I love when people tell me, hey, Smitty, they super chat me to tell me that they super chat me. I love it. I'm not mad, PC. I'm just telling you, I'm going to come and answer your super chat. 10-man, Mahomes, London, McMillan, Williams. I don't know what Williams that is. He didn't say. Hampton, Jawan Jennings. I assume that is Kyron Williams, I hope. Because it looks like it's the list of the front of the running backs, maybe. Igbuka, Hampton. And then again, you got it all mixed up. London, McMillan. I don't know who that is. Is that Kyron? I have no idea, bro. You got to be clear. There's Jamison Williams. There's Kyron Williams. There's Caleb Williams. There's Johnny Williams. There's Peter Williams. There's Bobby Williams. I don't know. Gordon, Golden, Kittle. Thinking of London plus Kittle in a trade. I love that idea. I definitely would trade London and Kittle. But you got to reach for the moon. You got to get a St. Brown, JJ. JJ's perfect because no one wants JJ right now. Like that guy, Wolfman, just said he got laughed at for trading for JJ. So go get JJ for that. That will be a good move. Past that, I don't know why I don't see Benson on your roster. I've only been screaming it all year long, bro. Especially if you own Connor. But Tootin, you listened there. Great job. Love it. Love that you have Kyron Williams and Hampton. That's an amazing running back stable. Mahomes, London, and Buka, fantastic. Tootin's going to get up there. Go get JJ and it might be over, bro. At least you're going to be in the mix totally. PC, thank you. Send Kenneth Walker, Scat, and Fergie. I receive Neighbors, Fannin. I take Neighbors and Fannin and run. Absolutely 100%. And at McBride thoughts I could build a monster wide receiver core with this. Definitely 100%, bro. 100% trade. And then I'm looking like Kenneth Walker, Sharps for like Judkins and something. To be honest, I think Judkins is going to be a fantastic player to own. Boogie, appreciate you with the super chat. Thank you very much, Boogie. Hall and Tootin for Judkins, 100%. Take Judkins. Thank you for the super chat. And then I'm in a PPR. I'm 2-1. My second running back is Hendy, and he is killing me. Should I trade Achane for Chase Brown and Judkins? Also, Addison and Golden are on the waivers. Addison I pick up. I would go after Addison. Guys, should he take Judkins and Chase Brown for Achane? That might be worth the gamble on Chase Brown, given you're getting Judkins. That's such a tough move. Achane might be like a top 3 running back, though. You know, but his offense is very concerning. Like, can you guys imagine? Just tell me you can't imagine this. Can you imagine that next week Miami doesn't know how to use Achane, and then the next week they don't use him properly and Tua goes down, and we have 2 or 3 weeks in a row where Achane's not doing anything and everybody's giving up on him and running away from him? You know what I'm saying? Like, I could see it happening. I'm not saying I'm predicting that. I'm just saying that when we say that Achane's invincible right now, he's not, you know? So I worry a little bit about what Miami, Mike McDaniel, how he could screw this up. But is Judkins and Chase Brown enough for Achane? It might be. It might be. Am I reading this right? Trade Achane for Chase Brown and Judkins. Can you guys please vote on this? I don't mind doing this, bro, but I also don't mind holding your 2-1, which is good. You got Hendy. Trade Achane for Chase Brown and Judkins. Also Addison. Get Addison off waivers. I lean toward Chase Brown's not done yet. And Judkins is fantastic, so I guess I go get both of them, but that's me. I easily could see. I love Chase Brown. Achane. I'm a big Achane guy, but I think this is a good, hedging of sorts. 12-team 2-1. CD, Reek, Debo. Get rid of Reek as soon as you can. Bucky, Hendy, love it. Judkins, love it. Harvey, Sharps. Sharps to the Walker owner using Reek to get a different wide receiver. That's the move. That's the move. Kraft and Reek to get something. That's also the move. Thank you, Sketches, for that. And then last super chat here, and then I'm out of here. But I do need If anybody, what was that, Travis, for that other guy that didn't drop that extra? I don't think he dropped anything else, so he didn't want it in the league, I assume. And I don't know who the next highest super chatter was. I want to say there was somebody. I'd say anybody that hasn't told me right now that they're in the mix. I would say the next $50 hauler is in. So if Nero, did Nero send the email? I don't think Nero sent the email, so I don't think Nero's in. Nero, you didn't send the email, Nero didn't have it, right? Nero didn't have the next highest. All right, so I guess next highest. I don't know who has $50 yet. Let me see who has a $50 hauler in here. So Turbo already sent me. Instant Northwest. Apex dropped 20. Apex dropped 20. Tatered sandwich. G-Men, did you want in? If G-Men's still here, I think G-Men was the next highest. G-Men, did you already get in? I don't know if you did. Big John, appreciate you. Mahomes, Chase Brown, Dobbins, Lamb, BTJ, Debo, Pollard, Bench, JCM, Scat, Rice, Olave, Worthy, Kittle, need to make moves. Lamb, BT, I'm trading Lamb for Judkins and something, Lamb for Benson and something, Lamb for JJ. And if you've got to give up, let's say JCM or Scat to get that Lamb JJ swap, you do it because you're 4 or 5 games without CeeDee Lamb. Chase Brown for Judkins and something straight up for sure doing that. JCM and Scat for one BTJ if you want. Oh, you got BTJ, damn it. JCM and Scat for like, I don't know, you could go. Got Chase Brown. You got all these players that would be good buy lows. What about Chase Brown for Henry? Throwing JCM, throwing Scat, Olave, throwing Olave, something like that. Big John. Ellie said, not gonna lie, I was on the phone. Thank you for not saying I missed it at least. That's what everybody just says. Smitty, you missed my super chat. No, I didn't. Thank you for not saying that. Should have traded Hampton and Godwin and Addison and Sutton for Jefferson and Igbuka. Jefferson and Igbuka, do that live. Smash that. And then I have Genty, Scat, K9. I'm trading K9 for something though. Trying to get like what'd you say here? Jefferson. Trying to get Judkins for K9 somehow by adding in something else if you need to. All right, so next $50 super chat is in. Thank you, DJ. Appreciate you. And did G-Money, is G-Money out there still? G-Money, did you want in the league? I don't think G-Money is responded about being in the league. Andrews will outperform Rice. Andrews who? Mark Andrews will outperform Rice? Is that what you just said? JD5, Terry, Hunter, Mayer, Worthy, Gibbs, Bucky. Love Bucky, Gibbs, Bowers. Someone offered me Gibbs for Adams, Metcalf, Pacheco. Take that and run. Take Gibbs and run. Gibbs and... offered me Gibbs for... Oh, I don't want the Adams, Metcalf, Pacheco side. Gibbs. That's what they offer you because you're saying you have Gibbs here. Or Bucky for Metcalf, Judkins. No. Judkins and Garrett Wilson or Judkins and, something else. But, no. Bucky and Metcalf doesn't do anything for me. Judkins, Rice? Oh, maybe that. You're getting all three, or is that slash, and or? If you can get Judkins, guys, vote in the chat. Rice and Judkins or Bucky? Would you rather have Rice and Judkins or Bucky? Vote in the chat, please. That's a tough one, but it'd have to be that. I'm not doing the Metcalf can kick rocks, bro. I'd have him throw Metcalf in, matter of fact. Tell him that's the asking price. You know, you want Bucky, you do it live. Mark Andrews over Rice. I don't think so, bro. Where'd you even come up with that? Everyone's voting Bucky, bro. What about if you threw DK in? What if DK was involved in that? DK, Rice, and Judkins for Bucky. DK, Judkins, and Rice for Bucky. All three? Sketches, appreciate you. 10-man, 0.5 Superflex, Mahomes, Penix, Stafford, Bijan, Chase Brown, Garrett Wilson, Tet Buka, Sutton, like the team, McBride, Fannin. Traded Bijan, Penix, Pearsall for Achane, Scat, Zay, Justin Fields. Oh, Bijan, Penix, Pearsall. No! No! No, Sketches. Why did you ask us?
You've just been Smitty disappointed.
No, Sketches. I can say now and speak for the chat. Judkins or Scat? Come on, Lucid. Judkins or Scat? I mean, we love Scat, but Judkins is the answer. But they're both great. But guys, vote on this one. Thumbs down, right? I mean, I don't think you're going to get one thumbs up on this, bro. I don't think you're going to get one thumb up on this one. Traded Bijan, Penix, and Pearsall for Achane, Scat, Zay, and Fields. No. I'm sorry, bro. I'm just answering honestly. London for Scattaboo and Judkins. I'd take Scattaboo and Judkins, bro, and I'd run away as fast as I could. Just take off for the Fields, bro. Take the SIM card out, throw it so the commish can't undo it. Can't talk to you about it. Nothing. Yeah, we got a consistent downvote on that trade, bro. You should have checked with us. You should have checked with us. All right, so I guess no one else wants in the league. I'm surprised, like in the offseason, everyone's dying and clamoring. I mean, you get to start over right now. You get to draft $50 hauler. You get to draft in a league where you get to start over and redo everything that you did or didn't do in a Superflex style format. Hey, Smitty, Connor went down for me. My other running back was Kyron, and I traded him and got Brees and Trevion Henderson in return. How have I done? I think Brees and, Kyron for Brees and Trey Henderson. I think that was Smitty approved, my boy. There's risks that you got to take, and that was one that's worth taking.
You've just been Smitty approved.
I like it. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Appreciate you all. Thank you so much for dropping the super chats all night long. You guys are amazing. I don't know if Tracy, a.k.a. G-Money, is out there wanting to be in this league, because I think, G-Money, you're the most recent person that... all right, no one else wants in this league. We will be giving it, if there is a spot available, I'm pretty sure there's at least one or two more, but we'll be giving it away maybe on the fly right before the draft begins. That might be exciting. We're waiting on the last entrant who wants it while we're drafting live. It'll be exciting. Why don't you like it? Just curious. Your trade, okay, and I'm fine with this. I'm fine. I'm not mad at you for making the trade, but the chat all put down thumbs. It's not. I'm not crazy for not liking it. The whole chat agrees, but I think, guys, there's 644 of you in here, and only how many thumbs up do we have? We have only 226 thumbs up. If we could crank those numbers up a little bit, I'd appreciate it. How much is the league? The league, technically, you won't need to pay the entry fee if we decide on one, like the last minute. It might be like $20, $50, something like that. But that will be nothing to do with the super chat. That'll just be in the group chat. And if you don't want to do it, if you win, you just won't win the money. It'll go to the next person down. So you don't have to be pressured to do the entry fee. because the entry fee thing hasn't been decided yet. So you can say no to that. So it'd just be you're super chatting to get in. We're drafting live at midnight Eastern tomorrow, so you have to be available for the draft. K9 and Sharps for Judkins. K9 and Sharps for yes, Judkins. I've said that all night, 100%. Thank you, Steven, for the super chat asking that question. And then Jordan says traded Godwin and QJ for Monty and Javonte Williams. Woo! Yeah. Wow, why did someone do that? That's a great trade. I would definitely flip Monty right now, though, if you could. And Sketches, just to answer your question, again, the whole chat didn't love this trade, so I'm not alone. But you traded Bijan and Penix and Pearsall. Pearsall is playing lights out, and I sell high. But I don't think this was selling high necessarily. So Bijan, and while Penix is concerning, you got Mahomes, so it doesn't really even matter. It's super flex. Yeah. But still, like Justin Fields is just as concerning right now when they're talking about not giving him his job back. G Money, make sure you email me right now. G Money, go to thefantasyfootballshow.com and email me through the contact form and put a number between 0 and 1,000, a unique number that no one will guess, and then come back in here and paste that number so I know that that's your email. I'm pretty sure I have your email, but just do that for me. Appreciate you. 24-month membership, pick up Judkins or Benson off waivers. I mean, I don't know how much more clear I can be, Casey, all week long. Just putting this up over and over and over, my boy. But yeah, definitely I would say Judkins over Benson slightly, but get them both, my boy. Get them both. Thank you, Casey. Appreciate you. 24 months. Congratulations on that. We're using Sleeper. That's correct, Jared. I'll send you guys the link after, but I need G Money to send me that. And if we have a spot to give away, we'll give it away on the show as we'll easily fill it right when the hype is there and we're waiting to draft. Super flex. So anyway, Bijan and Pearsall for Achane. I want Bijan over Achane every time. Scat I love. Zay I like. But Pearsall is very, very arguable to be as good as either one of them right now. And so does the extra player, the extra Zay, make up the difference between Bijan and Achane? I don't think so. Is it the worst trade in the world? No, it's not. Could it work out for you? It certainly could if Scatterboo continues to ball out. Honestly, does anybody feel like they kind of like this move? We got a bunch of, negative, thumbs down, but, okay, G-Money, I got you. I'll email you back. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. Hopefully everybody put their email in correct. Sometimes people paste their email weird. Okay, I think we're good. So I'll send those links to all you tonight. Chat, does anybody like the Achane side? I don't know. That's my answer. Is I just think Bijan's too great of a gap between Achane and Bijan. I just think Bijan's the best running back in fantasy football. He's the best running back in the NFL. So at the end of the day, it's not like you got crazy blasted, but I just think it's a better trade, the better side. Last super chat of the evening here. Trade London for Scat and May. I'll have Penix. I'm stacked at wide receiver. Trade London for Scat and May. I think you can get more. I don't hate it. I think Scat could be just as good as London, if not better. It's possible, but I think I trust London for a little bit longer before I'm throwing him to the wind. I like Scat. And then the last super chat here kind of meant how much of a super chat to get in. We were saying the next $50 hauler. $5 Jared, thank you for gifting 5 gifted memberships. Everybody thank Jared if they got it. Appreciate Jared. Jared to the moon. But we'll probably be giving it away because I'm on the way out the door. There it is. Jerome, he says, I want to draft. Jerome is in. Jerome's got it. Jerome's got it. Nobody else drop it. Jerome's got it. If we have another spot to give away, I have to see. I can't guarantee it now, so we'll give that away before we go. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Jerome, for the $50 holler, my boy. Jerome to the mother freaking moon. Jerome, my man. Jerome, my man. Sing it to him, Denny.
Give me
Jerome, email me right now before I leave. I got to get your number. Go to the thefantasyfootballshow.com. Go to contact us. Email me a number between 0 and 1,000. Make it unique. Something somebody can't guess. And then I will, as soon as you paste it in the chat, I'll know. And then we can exit the live stream. Appreciate you all. Jerome dropping the 50 wad he wants in. If we have an extra spot, again, don't expect to get it now. I will let you know right before the live stream, and we'll sound it off. Appreciate you all. Before I hit end, I'm going to go to the end screen here. First of all, get on over to the live chat Patreon 24/7 live chat group. It's $10 a month. That's it. Cup of coffee. Cost of a cup of coffee. $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Get on over to my Patreon. We're going to go chat live over there right now. After every show, I go over there and chat with you guys. There's the link. It's pinned in the live chat right now on the way out the door. If you want to have a 24/7 live chat group to bounce ideas off, and I linger in there throughout the day. It's not just about me answering your questions, but it is about the entire chat. It's basically the amazing live chat community that we have here on stream. And let me see if I can pin this damn link. There it is. Join the live chat Patreon. Appreciate you all. Come on. There it is. There it is. So click on that. Join the Patreon. We'll be over there right after the stream, talking, chatting it up. Do I honestly think Lamb will sit out 3 to 4 weeks? Bro, he's probably going to go to IR now. That's what Jerry said. I only have Penix. Should I pick up Gino or JJM? I don't know. There's got to be a better option than that, bro, right? No. I guess Gino for now, because JJM's not even guaranteed to be there. All right, I got the email here. What was the number that you pasted in, my boy? Jerome, what is it, Jerome? Jerome. That is it. So expect an email, Jerome. Appreciate you. See you all tomorrow. Thank you all for your super chatting amazement. Appreciate you. Deuce.